From the Hanging with Web Show TV's Bargain Basement Studio in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, it's Pillow Talk with Willow Schuyler.
Will you take me to Winnipeg?
I will, someday. Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, Winnipeg.
Now what's this guy doing up here in Manitoba?
He was holding the map up.
Every salvage mission that's been through this system has disappeared. Even those old pirates out at Winnipeg Drift say it's cursed.
Cursed. Winnipeg's got a great ballet. Have a good time, I swear to God.
Sweet guinea pig of Winnipeg! They've taken over our company!
Balderdash! I never agreed to that!
I should have stayed in Winnipeg, you know? I had a nice gallery, 3 paintings in the wall.
Are you kidding? And you look back. Born home, Quebec. Drafted out of the juniors in the 5th round to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Played for a year with the Leafs, then traded to the Winnipeg Jets, then to Calgary, then to Boston.
Wow.
So Winnipeg must get pretty cold up there.
That's it! Back to Winnipeg!
Hey, folks, long time no see. Apparently, I took a long hiatus on Willow's Pillow Talk, kind of focused on Cryptic Crunch. This is kind of in the midst of a Cryptic Crunch hiatus as well, but Johnny gave the Cryptic Crunch crew the night off, so I decided to fill it up with Willow's Pillow Talk tonight. So welcome, guys. I just wanted to just do a gripe session because, yeah, it's been a weird month. It's been a weird year, and I think we just need to let it out. I think we need this therapy.
Oh, yeah. I got problems with you people. It's not you're gonna hear about them.
This pandemic is getting to a lot of us, so I think that let's Festivus is upon us. Why not air some grievances?
Yeah, let's do it. We do have viewers, I guess.
Yeah, I got it's not here on camera, but I got the aluminum pole, sitting over here in the corner, and got some, what do you call it, some coffee and tea on standby. And I'm wearing my Serenity Now suit tonight for everybody to see. There it is, right there in living color. Yeah. So I am prepared for this shindig. I was born ready. I have been ready since first call. I am ready. Let's roll with it, Willow. Let's roll with it.
Speaking of Festivus, is that a holiday that you guys would actually celebrate?
Absolutely.
Sounds
100%.
good.
I would 100, especially the last 2 years have taught us anything, is that we need to celebrate Festivus more often. That's what we need to do. As a society, we need more Festivus for the rest of us, Willow.
No,
that's what we need.
Okay. So,
except for the
feats of strength.
Feats of strength. I think we do it just about every Friday night.
Yeah, man.
Closed location.
Ooh,
not exactly in Winnipeg, but maybe just outside.
I know. I'm tired of this. I need to go back to Winnipeg, Carl. That's what I need to do. If that intro to this very program has taught me anything, is that I need to go back to Winnipeg. I had a nice art gallery there. I had 3 paintings up. My boy Ethan's up there waiting for me, so I'll hang out with him. Maybe I'll run into Julie Delpy while I'm at it. Who knows? It'll be before midnight, part 2.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll run into a Jets here and there or a Blue Bomber. I'm
sure. There's a few of them floating around, right? Am I reading that right? I don't know.
So
what do I know?
Speaking of the Blue Bombers, we won our Grey Cup. So
woo! Yeah, we heard so much about it on Battle of the Nerds the other night. Man, we were playing. Listen, Carl, I don't know if you caught this or not. This is for your screenshot-orama that you have going on in your hard drive on your computer at home. But we were doing a match that specifically focused on arguably one of the greatest sagas of all time, known as Star Wars. But unfortunately, every 20 seconds, my co-hosts and competitors were looking to the other side of the room or this side of the studio, and they were looking at Willow and saying, "Willow, honey, what's the score? Let me know. What's the score?" And I'm like, "What the frick are you talking about? We're not here for sport."
I was there in the audience too. That was an interesting show.
Oh my God, it was a long.
Ryan's grievance right there.
That was my grievances, Willow. Yeah, and then Carl, you wrote to me, and no, you wrote to the chat, and you said now Ryan's reconsidering his post-graduation woes. Yeah, I am, because hosting a show where I'm talking about Star Wars and they won't shut up about something known as a Grey Cup, whatever the frack that is. It's like, Willow, I'm trying to do a job here, and you're making it very difficult for me to do my job. So, note to self, never have Willow on as a co-host for Battle of the Nerds ever again. I'm going to pull a Chris Jericho, and I pulled out my list after that night, and I said, you know what, Willow, you just made the list.
Just don't do it on game night. You know.
Listen, I don't follow sports, so I don't know what games are going on at what time. And listen, I don't have the ESPN app on my phone like some people do. So I don't know what sports are going on at any given time.
Hockey may be big in Canada, but the Grey Cup is big also in Canada. So that,
I didn't know that. I didn't know, Willow, I don't know anything about Canada, apparently, because in the words of my good friend Wayne Campbell, who happens to be Canadian, I was not aware of that. So I learn something new every day in this world, Willow. I really do. But you know what? It was a fun night nonetheless, even though you wouldn't shut up about your stupid Grey Cup.
Hey, but, not very often does a team win back-to-back. Okay,
that's true.
Quite honestly,
it's true.
If there was a game last year during the pandemic, maybe we would have won. But I mean, we're still counting that as back-to-back.
Good point. It was still a fun game, though, wasn't it?
It was.
It was. You guys won Grey Cup. The viewers who were watching at home won because they didn't have to hear Ryan spat off about Star Wars and how great it is. They were just spouting off about sports updates in the chat, and I was like, what am I even doing here? What's my job? So, but it's all right. Listen, it was fun. We look forward to the next match when hopefully when I do it that night, there won't be any sports contests. You know? That's the only thing I can say. And by the way, Willow, I can guarantee you. It's true. The next time we do it, Willow, I guarantee you it will not be Star Wars trivia that night. It will be something completely different.
Ooh.
I know. Carl's probably wondering, well, what could possibly be different about Ryan's Nerdum? I don't know. But we'll find out, Carl.
Maybe Spider-Man.
It could be Spider-Man trivia. That's actually an idea. Carl, what do you think? Should I do Spider-Man for the next one?
I haven't followed him for a while, but maybe I should. Maybe I catch up, so I can chime in from the peanut gallery.
That's true. The peanut gallery with Stetler and Waldorf. That's right.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah.
My good friends, Stetler and Waldorf. You know who those two are, Willow? You know my two friends, Stetler and Waldorf, who are in the peanut gallery every night?
Sounds very familiar.
Are we watching the same show? It's the Muppet guys. Come on.
The old grumpy Muppet guys. Yeah.
It's the greatest. They're the greatest hecklers in the world of entertainment, Stetler and Waldorf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're still alive today, like 45, 50, 60 years later. They're still kicking. So bless those men's hearts. Bless their hearts. We're going to see them pretty soon because it's almost time to watch the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, right.
I guess people like grumpy old men for some reason.
Yeah, there were two movies that centered on those guys.
I strive to be the grumpy old lady that tells people to get off their lawn.
Yeah, but you're the one who's at the drive-thru every day saying, "Will you just give me your damn drink order already?" That's you at Starbucks every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
I don't say that at all.
You don't say that to your customers? You don't say it? I thought you would have.
I turn off the headset before I
you do. You turn it off.
Very smart.
I didn't know there was an off button on those headsets.
Yep.
In that drive-through, it's on a radio frequency.
Yeah,
if you sit in the parking lot with a radio scanner, like a police scanner.
Oh yeah.
You can pick up that frequency, and you can pick up the frequency between the servers too.
Oh shit!
No.
Yeah,
way.
I have heard some interesting stuff while I'm sitting.
Have you?
My meal. Oh yeah.
Oh god, does this mean I need to go to Radio Shack tomorrow and get myself one of those scanners?
Well, if Radio Shack still existed, you could. Yeah.
I might want to go to Radio Shack because when I have questions, they always have the answers.
There you go.
Now I'm intrigued because I would actually love to.
Oh, Willow knows what she's doing on Monday morning. Willow's going to buy a scanner. Yeah. That's a song right there. I love it. Oh, who's this? Franny so-and-so is in the room? Who's Franny? Is Franny one of your girlfriends?
Yeah, we have Dan and Donna and Franny watching.
Ooh, who's Franny, though? I never met Franny.
Franny is a cosplayer in my city.
Go Bombers, go! Best employers in North America.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen her. I think I've seen her on the show. Maybe.
Yeah, she has. She has come on the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen her or not.
Oh, you gotta keep up, Brian. Gotta keep
You do. Hey, listen, Carl, you watch all 50,000 podcasts a day, including mine, which, by the way, I am forever grateful for your viewership, your sharing ship, and as well as your screenshots of the month.
Yeah.
I think I swear that Carl just sits in our chat.
He sits in the chat, and then after the show's over, he goes back to the tape, and then he's like, I need to pull this screenshot for Ryan, I need to pull this screenshot for Willow, and then I got to pull this one for Donna.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yep.
You got plenty of options, Carl. You got the Battle of the Nerds, you got the Rogue One watch-along that we did a few nights ago, which, by the way, that was a total blast. That was one of the most amount of interactions we've ever had in the chat, and I'm very thankful for all of you who tuned in that night, because Rogue One was a great celebration. Even though that was the same night that billions of people around the world were watching a little indie film called Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, yeah, that one.
We're very thankful
heard something about that.
Yeah, we heard, but we were very thankful that the millions of people who tuned in that night for Rogue One chimed in the chat. We're very, including Jeffrey Hayes of Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you.
Always be promoting.
I can't help it, man. Every time I see Jeffrey Hayes' name pop up on my chat, I'm like, I gotta say this. Plasma Fire Graphics, the look of your book matters to you. And I picked it up from the man himself, BKM, Brian K. Morris. Take another shot, buddy. Love you, BKM. You're the man, Brian. We love you.
Crap, I am out. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We need to get more shots for Carl. Does anyone have a few more fireballs for Carl?
I've got it covered.
Oh, he's got the fire. Okay.
No, I've got better.
He's got something better than fireballs.
I've got bourbon.
Oh, look at Donna. Donna says Willow is technical difficulties. Laugh out loud.
The grievances are coming fast.
Hey, I cannot dispute
Hey,
that.
my friend Julie's here. Julie is in the room. Let's say hello to Julie. Julie, what are you saying tonight, honey? I am loving tonight's question. Perhaps families would get along better if they were in alcohol or drugs.
Okay, so on my YouTube channel, I have a poll going. Should there be a limit on alcohol consumption during family gatherings?
Good question, Julie. Do you have thoughts on this? By the way, Julie is what's that episode of Seinfeld? There was an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry pretended he was married to Courtney Cox's character so he can get a discount on dry cleaning. Julie and I are not married in real life, but we are married in another fantasy. So, Julie, it's great to see you.
Okay.
Love you.
Cool.
Another fantasy or another
She's
dimension?
a sweetheart. She's incredible. You know how we met, Willow? We met each other on Clubhouse. That's how we met.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely person.
I would download that if my phone actually was able to download
your phone had more space on its phone.
I need to update my phone.
I need to update my phone too. I need to update some technical devices that are in my studio. I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, Julie's all happy now. Hey, there's so many wonderful people in the chat. I'm loving this.
Hey,
Bill Sarton is here.
Oh, Bill's here? Okay, Bill.
Bill's here. Bill says, good evening, everyone. Are you ready for the Festivus Feats of Strength? Sure, Carl, or not Carl, excuse me, Bill. This is how we're going to do it in Willow's Pillow Talk. We're going to do it through arm wrestling. That's how we're going to do it.
Okay.
So, that's the feats of strength on Willow's Pillow Talk. We use arm wrestling as a tactic.
I'm all for that.
Okay, Carl says he's in.
I've seen pictures of Ryan. He's got skinny arms. I can take him. Willow,
these are 24-inch pythons.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah. More muscle than I have.
Yeah. This is what a couple of years weightlifting in the gym will do to you. You know how much I can bench? 285. What do you bench?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Probably not that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Bench press 285.
5-pound bag of coffee every day.
5-pound bag of coffee. Yeah, brother. That's the cream that rises to the top.
Yeah. Willow, I voted in your poll too, and I voted that there should not be a limit to the amount of alcohol in family gathering because I am not gonna face those without a bunch of liquor in me.
Where did you find that, Willow? Where did you find that graphic just now? Where did you find that? Was that on Google Images?
No, that was Carl's.
Oh, Carl, that's genius. That is pure genius. And boy, Julie's got a lot of questions. She's saying,
okay.
Maybe this is why my brother drinks so much. Maybe I should do the same so that'll be tolerable. Well, maybe. I don't know. Is that true?
It makes my brother more tolerable.
Maybe the problem is with my family. I had a bit of a preview yesterday of what's to come for Christmas, and maybe the problem was I wasn't drinking, but everybody else was. So maybe things would have been a little bit different had I. But I'm not a wine drinker.
Okay.
You're not. Neither am I. I've never had one. But man, Julie's comments are lit tonight. Look at all these comments she's dropping.
Yes, my phone is very much out of date, and yeah.
Yeah. You want to show that off again for the? By the way, Julie says we are married, but does this mean I get free dry cleaning? I'm so lazy to go. Go. Could you at least go and I'll pay for the dry cleaning? You know what, Julie? I know people that do dry cleaning, so I'm more than happy to take care of the dry cleaning for you. More than happy to do it. I know people who take care of it for us.
Well,
it's okay.
Maybe you can convince him to eat something other than pizza.
Thank you. Yes, Julie. Yeah, we got to talk about my weirdo habits backstage on back channel of Clubhouse. That's what we got to do.
Okay.
She says, "How are we supposed?" Listen, Julie, I can still FaceTime with you. It's fine. My phone can still do that.
Yeah. Now, I had a lady one time come up to me, and I was busy at this convention doing something. I mean, it was a work convention.
Okay.
So I'm trying to explain technical things. She comes up to me, and she's trying to take pictures, and she says, "My phone is full." And I'm like, "Well, do you ever take your pictures off of the phone?" No. I'm like, okay. But I did tell her that if you shake it, maybe all the pictures would go to one end and you'd have some more room. And she believed me. So that tells you how technical she was.
You're right. That is a bit strange. Yeah. Boy, let's see. What is Bill saying again? Bill says, "I witnessed an insane Christmas shopper's feats of strength in the Urbana Walmart?
Urbana Walmart. Yeah.
Urbana Walmart. Thank you. That ended up having the police in. Ooh, you never want that. You never want something like that to end up on the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the 6 o'clock news, earlier tonight on our local newscast here in my neck of the woods of the Land of Mary, also known as Maryland, for those of you who are trying to keep score at home, there was a story going around that records were being shattered and records were being broken, but they were still encouraging people to wear their masks at the local movie theater because apparently this little indie film called Spider-Man No Way Home is breaking all kinds of records, and I didn't know this.
Okay.
So yeah, she did a local, and she did her newscast from my local theater that's not far from where I'm sitting right now, and I'm like, "Hey, you're in my backyard, but you didn't call me." That's I could have been on set. I could have helped you sell that story even more with my good looks. Even though I would have been having to wear a mask, I would have been good looking with that mask on, Amy. Amy Lou is the reporter that I'm referring to, but she's local, so it has nothing to do with Canada, Willow. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay. Julie is going to invite some more friends, so
she should. Listen, the more you like, the more you comment, the more you share, the better this content is going to get, because none of this is possible without viewers like you. That's what I'm saying.
And coffee is my religion, probably my first religion.
Aside from Judaism. She is a lovely woman, lovely Jew. Shalom, by the way, Julie.
Yes.
Hey, there's a theme song in the background.
Hey!
Oh, that's Donna. Sorry.
Oh, that's Donna. Hi, Donna. We love you too.
So apparently I had some carolers visiting. They've rung our doorbell, and my husband informed me that there's carolers outside. I missed my chance to tell them to get off my lawn.
An Eastwood line on them? What's the matter? Do you not like carolers?
I do. I'm just Christmas music. Okay, I like carolers, but Christmas music, it drives me up the wall. Especially when you listen to the same same song done by three different people.
By the way, try not to tell that to Keisha Acuff and her family, because they did a whole bunch of caroling this week. Did you see her pictures that went up of her in the outfits and the dresses? Did you see
great,
that?
Didn't she?
She looked fantastic. I was like, Dan, you look like you jumped right out of the Muppet Christmas Carol with caroling.
Yeah.
That's the way they were dressed back in the early 1800s, early 1900s?
Yeah.
But yeah, Keisha's photos, oh my goodness, they are so holiday and festive, and I love that. So Keisha, darling, your holiday photos with all your family members and all the people who are doing stuff, very festive, and I dig that. I like it a lot.
She did go to the grocery store wearing her Grinch on her head, though.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Hey, this I did not know. Keisha didn't text me this.
Yeah, you need to look at all her photos.
Wait a minute, are they on her Facebook page or are they in the green room?
I think they're on her Facebook page.
Okay, I'll have to look it up later because I can't do it right now.
Yeah,
but
most of her pictures in the green room have been altered. So
Oh, they've been altered. They've been altered by somebody else. Wow, Bill is singing to us. Fa la 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 la. Thank you, Bill. And by the way, if you have not checked out the artwork of Bill Sarton on Facebook, you got to do yourself a serious favor. After you watch this golden hour of Festivus for the rest of us, you need to go over to that Facebook page. You need to like it, follow it, tag your friends about it, because Bill Sarton draws these wonderful pictures and he brings back childhood memories of all generations, whether you grew up in the 1800s, early 1900s, the 1960s, the 1980s, and even the 1990s. This guy draws anything and everything. He posted just today, I forget the name of it, but it was a young boy and his snowman from an animated Christmas special that aired in the 70s. I can't remember the name of it, Bill something or whatever. The Snowman. I remember growing up watching that animated holiday special on VHS, Bill. I remember that.
Frosty the Snowman, yeah.
No, it wasn't Frosty.
No?
It was just called The Snowman, but I forget who wrote the book that the animated short is based off of.
Oh, okay.
But it's on the artwork of Bill Sarton. # always support your friends. Am I right, Carl?
That's right.
That's right.
Who's
Ivy?
I just want to say I'm okay. There were people in the chat that were worried. That's why Donna was texting me. Am I okay? I'm like,
yeah, you're fine. Yeah. We love you, Donna. We love everybody.
Ivy is Franny. Yeah, she dresses
Ivy.
up as Poison Ivy. She's actually a really good Poison Ivy. She does an amazing job.
Do you have any images you can bring up on the Titantron for us to see?
Yes. Let
me see. She says the drink thing. I'm from an Irish Canadian. Hey, I'm Irish too.
Cheers.
Just
Cheers.
saying. I am Irish, you know. You know the reason they named me Ryan because they wanted an Irish name, so they went with Ryan. And I was like, okay, that's cool, even though I had no say in the matter. But I'm okay being Irish. There's nothing wrong with it because you know why? You get the luck of the Irish on your side. And that's all that matters.
You can say things like, Ryan, don't leave the door open. Close the damn
We got the
door.
luck of the Irish. Yeah. Hey, from the desk of a small press publisher is in the building.
Hello.
Woo, Jody.
What's up, Jody McPhee? He was on my most recent episode / season finale of And I Quote, which you can find on our Facebook page.
He thinks that all the grievances have been aired. No, we're just starting.
No, we haven't even got to the good
I've got
stuff.
a freaking list here. So,
you have a notepad in front of you?
I would love. Okay.
Oh, one of your cats just poked in the background.
Yes.
Is that who is that?
Kitty?
Who's the cat?
That would be Twinkie.
Hey, Twinkie, how are you, sweetheart?
It's
How are you,
only
Twinkie?
a matter of time before he
stop.
starts being a little jerk.
Hey, stop clawing at your mother's sheet there for her studio. He's clawing at it. He's trying to pick at it. I don't know what he's doing.
And down goes the studio.
Oh, Julie says, I didn't know that Ryan's diet consisted of Pizzarama. Yeah, that's true. I'm a Ninja Turtle, Julie. That's what I am. I'm a Ninja Turtle. I'm literally like Leonardo.
All right, so you can find Franny's Poison Ivy pictures on her Facebook page if you guys follow her.
Lovely. Oh, I see it. I see it now. Lovely. It's in the chat. Thank you, Willow. # always promote your friends. Wow, look at that. You posted it 600 times and it's already taken up all my chat box.
Is that another grievance?
Yeah, it is. I'm sick and tired of people repeating themselves.
Okay, here's a good one for the Hanging with Web group. Can we stop getting banned on YouTube?
Yeah, the YouTube channel apparently has been banned for like 6 times already in the last month, and I'm like, how can we not stream to the YouTube channel?
Yeah, because one of my grievances is that Donna and I sat around for half an hour waiting for Ryan and Jody to appear on our screens, and we're like, okay, I guess it's time for dinner.
I guess it is time for dinner.
And then I finally ended up watching it on the Facebook. So.
Oh, by the way, Bill clarifies that it was Raymond Briggs's version of The Snowman from 1982 that I grew up watching as a child. You can watch it as well as its sequel, The Snowman and the Snow Dog, in the Everyday Saturday Facebook group page from Bill Sarton. There you go. That answers the question.
Okay.
Oh,
Man, there's a lot of he posts a lot of holiday specials. He posts a lot of specials in his Facebook group, including Charlie Brown Christmas last week. He posted.
Oh yes,
brilliant, because that's an all-time classic.
Bill is very much into the season. Yes,
he loves the holiday season. Did you see him post the Garfield Thanksgiving special?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he posted Garfield. He posted, what was the other one? WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He posted that one, and I was like, funny story. I didn't get a chance to really talk with her, but I did like briefly met up with Lonnie Anderson one year, I think.
Oh, wow.
I think I saw Lonnie Anderson. I do know that I met who was the other one? Morgan Fairchild.
Oh, wow.
And she was a lovely person, by the way. She and I talked for a good 10 minutes or 5 or 10 minutes about Pee-wee's Big Adventure, how she made that cameo at the end of the movie as the pseudo version of Dottie, in the altered version of the movie. And then she also told me how close friends she is with Olivia Benson herself, Mariska Hargitay, and how she ended up on that episode of SVU like 6 years, what was it, like 10 years ago? I was like, dang, man, what's her name? Morgan Fairchild, she's got stories for days, man. She's got stories for days. So many wonderful stories I heard from her. She was a wonderful person. So if you ever get a chance to meet Morgan Fairchild, do yourself a favor. Plant yourself down in a chair next to her because she will tell you some of the most amazing stories you've ever heard.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely woman.
So,
I'm kind of with Willow about the holidays because, after you've worked retail for a while, you just are like, ugh.
Yeah.
Willow's tired of working at the coffee shop. I know that.
I went to see my chiropractor this week, and they were playing Christmas music, and for the love of God, I was in the office for maybe 10 minutes at this time, and Santa Baby played 3 times by 3 other people. And I'm just like, why?
Wow. Yeah.
Why? That song should not be played more than once.
At least in the store today.
It's a great song, but
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, if you hear it in different stores or something, it's like, I just heard this in another store. What the heck? Yeah, I heard it's cold outside. Maybe it's cold outside in the store today. And I thought, really? Okay, I thought everybody hated that song.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't PC to play that song anymore. By the way, Julie says, Ryan, you didn't know about Spider-Man? There have been so many of those. Why did they have to remake it so many times? Julie, these aren't remakes. These are sequels to the new era of Spider-Man, but it does feel like there's a new Spider-Man thing every 2 minutes, and it's too much Spider-Man. It's way too much Spider-Man right now.
Yeah.
That's one of my grievances. There's too much Spider-Man and not enough other stuff that has nothing to do with already made popular characters.
And thank you on the beard.
Yeah, she loves the beard.
Oh yeah,
Julie loves the beard.
Okay, so there are other Hanukkah songs other than the Adam Sandler one.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
What's your favorite Hanukkah song, Willow?
I only know the Adam Sandler one.
Okay, Julie, can you do us a favor? Can you let us know some of your favorite holiday songs? How about we just call it generic?
Isn't there a song called the Dreidel song?
Dreidel,
right.
Dreidel. We made it out of clay. And then it went, it's dry and ready.
See, there you go.
First time I heard that, Carl, was on the Pee-wee's Playhouse Christmas special.
But the majority of our...
I know. That just took a weird direction. And Carl's like, why is Ryan still in the studio? Because I have random weird facts for you, Carl. The things about pop culture I discover through the most weird, minute places.
Oh, it's cool.
But isn't the majority of our Christmas songs, other than the hymns, written by Jewish people?
Pretty much. I mean, most of the Christmas songs I discovered by watching Home Alone 1 and 2.
White Christmas. So,
that's a good one.
That was
Is White Christmas a good movie, though?
It is a really good movie.
Okay, because I haven't seen White Christmas yet. I haven't seen it. I've seen It's a Wonderful Life. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Julie. I guess we should kind of state where we met.
Oh
each
no,
other.
we are not all Maryland people, Julie. We are certainly not. Otherwise, I'd be running away from Carl's studio right now.
I had to drag these books all the way from Danville, Illinois, all the way to the bargain basement studio in Winnipeg, just to be here.
I'm up in Canada.
She's up. Wait, where am I pointing? She's up in Canada. I'm in Maryland. And Carl, what state are you in?
Illinois.
So Carl's in. So we are all over the U.S. of A., which probably makes us the United Nations of HWS Web TV. So.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Is that true?
I met Ryan through the Hanging with Web group, and I met Carl through the Rising Tide group.
And by the way, it's true what they say, but that rising tide raises all ships, Willow.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. What
so
they
we're
say.
all connected.
Well, as our great uncle, as our great uncle Mufasa once said, we're all connected in a great circle of life. It's true.
And Ryan will appreciate this. Sometimes I play that Kevin Bacon game with 6 degrees of separation, and I'll say, "Now, how did I first meet Willow? Where was it?" And then
it all connects to Brian K. Morris.
Probably.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you haven't met Brian K. Morris, if you haven't met Brian K. Morris, do yourselves a favor after you watch this 5-star show that's quickly going off the rails. Go to risingtide.pub and then follow Rising Tide Publications on Facebook and YouTube, because I'm telling you, Brian K. Morris is one of the most generous and supportive people you're ever going to meet in your life. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
But my first grievance of the night is that Brian was supposed to be here and decided to take care of his wife instead, which is noble and admirable, but he was supposed to be here.
Hey, I cannot complain. Cookie's a good woman, and
she is.
Hashtag bring Cookie home.
We love her.
Bring Cookie home. That's what we want.
Yeah. And I've met her.
And if you want to
met her in
furthermore,
person.
every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, you'll understand what that reference is talking about when we say bring Cookie home.
I've met her in person. I've been to their house.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is it lovely over there? Is it lovely?
It's lovely. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We're going to have to pay Brian K. Morris a visit over at Superman Celebration one year. That's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We all got to gather together, go to a convention, and what better convention than Superman Celebration? Because all of us are going to be there eventually.
I need to figure out a way to get down to that celebration one of these days.
I mean, considering the fact that I'm a giant Superman fan and I haven't been to Superman Celebration, it is blasphemy. But I am going to make this happen.
Okay. Jody says that's a grievance. The show needs more to go off the rails. So, you want another grievance?
You can count on me to go off the rails almost every show. So,
yeah. You want another grievance? I've got one.
Yes, please.
Okay. Jealousy. Okay. This happens in fandom, and it happens within artistic circles too. People get jealous of somebody else's work and they're tearing it down. Okay. There's this Japanese gal who is really a great keyboardist. Okay. And I was sitting there and I'm thinking, wow, if I only had the keyboard that she has, I could probably play something close to what she's doing. And then I'm thinking to myself, no, I couldn't. She has more talent in her little foot that she's playing the pedals with than I probably ever had. And she's only like 20. She's already got 2 albums out. So, I mean, I've got to stop being jealous and I've got to work on that, but everybody else, needs to learn to be nice and appreciate other people's work, And, maybe you don't like everything, I watch all the comic book shows and I'm not really into comic books, but, I watch them because I like you people, So there you go.
Hey, does that include Comic Book Spectrum on Thursday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern?
It might.
CBS?
I mostly watch that for the train wreck.
Oh my goodness. The first 20 or 30 minutes of CBS every week is a train wreck and we love it.
Pretty much. So that's my second grievance of the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
that is a good grievance. Yeah.
I do like the thumbnails that Clyde Hall comes up with every week.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Have you ever seen those thumbnails, Willow?
Oh, absolutely. I like it. Whenever they come up on my feed, I do enjoy them.
Yeah, see, we can appreciate his art.
My grievance,
which is fine with me.
Yeah.
That's a great grievance too, is Facebook and the algorithm that it doesn't show me everything when it happens. I'll get it hours later.
Or days.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's a great show you missed. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Wanted to see that live, but thank you, Facebook.
Oh, wow. Bill Sarton brings up a fun fact about JFK's speech regarding rising tide raises all ships. I was not aware of this, Bill. Let's see here. I've read that JFK's actual quote is a rising tide lifts all boats, but it has been paraphrased so many times over the course of the years that it was changed to the quote that we mentioned just now. Wow. In the words of my good friend Owen Wilson, wow. Yeah, that's something. People paraphrase sayings all the time. The actual quote in Casablanca is play it, Sam, but everyone says play it again, Sam. It's not play it again, Sam. It's just play it or play it, Sam. You don't say play it again, but people still make that mistake. And I keep telling them, dude, have you seen the movie? Because you need to watch it from beginning to end, because that's what we call perfection in movie making. Here's looking at you, kid.
Yeah. If she can take it, I can take it.
I know, seriously. Like, if he can take it, and then he comes over later on, he's like, Sam, I thought I told you never to play that. Ingrid Bergman comes up, and I'm like, dang, she's a beautiful woman. What's her story? But the best thing about that movie, Willow, is when you're having a few drinks and you're having a cigarette or a cigar, and you say to yourself, for all the gin joints and all the towns and all the world, she walks into mine. I mean, it's so good. It's so good.
Right.
I mean, I know it's not a Christmas movie, but Casablanca, I think, is a great year-round movie.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to have a film noir night.
Can we
Oh,
do
there
that?
you go.
Speaking of which, Willow, fun fact, Casablanca turns a very young and healthy 80 years young next year, and we are going to be doing a watch along on our channel celebrating the greatness that is Casablanca.
There you go.
It's 80 years young next year. I believe it's in November of next year. So next year we're going to be doing an 80th celebration for Casablanca.
Nice. Okay.
Yep, and we look forward to seeing you all fine folks who are watching this, and well as you two wonderful people in studio, share your thoughts with us in the live chat during that night. I'm sure Carl's going to have some things to say about Casablanca.
That would be fun. That would be fun dress up night.
Ooh,
yeah.
Good. Does that mean I need to pay a visit to my local thrift store and get some clothes?
Where's my
fedora?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, I do have a fedora that I can wear.
Yeah,
I do have that.
Yeah.
Maybe I can wear that as well as my shirt. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I mean, Indiana Jones does take place in the late 30s, so
yeah,
I could wear my shirt and my fedora.
Men in suits are very sexy, by the way.
There you go. That's what I hear. That's what I hear from somebody. Somebody said that on Facebook. Yeah, I think.
Really? Did they say that?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
hey, I've got it.
Guys want us women to dress in lingerie, so I think it's a perfect trade-off if we can get guys to dress up in well-tailored suit, or at least a suit that fits them very nicely. My husband doesn't agree.
Hey, listen, if anyone knows where I can find the outfit that Humphrey Bogart wears in the movie, the tux that he's wearing, let me know, because I will totally wear that, and I can pull off a bogey accent pretty well.
Yeah, as a psychologist, Willow's statement says that she had to deal with someone who was not wearing a suit that fit well.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. See, I'm reading between the lines here, but yeah, I can. Yeah, that's a grievance right there.
Oh.
Hey, we did the best we could on our wedding night, so
yeah. Hey,
wow, that's okay. That's a dark turn, but anyway.
That's what we come to this show for.
Ooh, Ivy brings up a good point. Casablanca is a great film. We need more cosplay movie nights in the world. Listen, Ivy, we got plans to celebrate certain anniversaries for certain films in the year 2022 on our channel. We already did it for Star Trek First Contact. We did it again for Rogue One. We did it for Ninja Turtles Part 2, The Secret of the Ooze, Go Ninja, Go, which you can find all that juicy stuff on our YouTube channel, simply at It's Nerd Culture. Make sure you're checking out our YouTube channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. # always promote your stuff. But yeah, we got so many plans for next year. I'll give you a sneak peek. We are going to do a 25th anniversary watch along for Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan.
Oh,
so that is going to happen. That's a guarantee, because my buddy Matthew Kearns came up to me one day. He's like, Ryan, we got to do this for Pierce Brosnan. I was like, well, of course, because you and I grew up doing the Pierce Brosnan era of Bond. We got to show him respect. Yeah, so we're going to do it for Dante's Peak. I already have it on Blu-ray, so I'm covered.
Wow.
And I know I have my DVDs somewhere in the house.
Oh, you have Dante's Peak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, Willow, if I can't find 2 other poor unfortunate souls to deal with my BS that night, do you want to be on with us?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. I'll keep you in the Rolodex.
Okay.
Keep you in the Rolodex. Julie says Charlie Brown Christmas. Now you're talking, but Willow might not like that, or is it just the songs she doesn't like?
No, okay. I like Christmas movies, and
you like
Charlie Brown is
Christmas
actually really
movies?
cute. I like that. Yeah. I like the Halloween one as well.
The Great Pumpkin, yeah.
Charlie Brown is a huge classic, and around this time I remember several movies playing, like not just like the usual Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Frosty the Snowman, but I remember that Follow the Yellow Brick Road, brain fart.
Are you talking about the Wizard of Oz?
The Wizard of Oz would always play around Christmas time.
Yeah,
really?
For some reason. No, it's not
That's
a Christmas.
not a Christmas movie.
It's
That's
not
like
a Christmas
that's
movie,
a
but
summer
it was
movie.
a great tradition.
It's like, they get lazy at the TV studio and they say, what do we have?
Hey, just put on whatever we have in the back.
What have we got that's 4 hours long? Oh, hey, Wizard of Oz.
We have what's it called? The Wizard of Oz, and we can extend it with extended commercial breaks, because they do that for all the Christmas movies on TV as it is. By the way, they do it for AMC because Beverly D'Angelo's hosting the AMC Christmas movies on AMC this month for, Christmas Vacation, whatever it is. And I'm like, you guys take so many breaks every 5 minutes. It's like, it's so hard for me to get through one movie. They were playing The Family Man earlier today with Nick Cage. which, by the way, that's a great Christmas movie. The Family Man is fantastic, and it's criminally underrated. If you haven't seen the Nick Cage, Téa Leoni movie, look up The Family Man, because that movie is so good. It's so, so good. And yes, it is a Christmas movie, so I know the facts, Jack. But watch that movie. It's good stuff.
I think that Donna and Dan must need to hit the go live, or they must need to refresh or something, because they don't even know that we're on here.
I don't think anyone knows that we're on here. What'd you do, Willow? You didn't market it well enough.
Either that or they're on the Hanging With web page, and
we're on the WILLOW'S YouTube channel, guys.
Yeah,
because we had trouble with the HBS Web TV channel.
They're in the chat, but
let me see. Julie says, "Oh my goodness, Garfield! I haven't seen that holiday special in a long time." Well, it's on the artwork. It's in the Everyday. What is it? Every Day is Saturday group or the Artwork of Bill Sarton group, Julie. So look it up on Facebook. # always promote your friends. Let's see. Whoa, that sounds more like a whole after show about Lonnie Anderson. Listen, Julie, my interaction with Lonnie Anderson was extremely limited. Okay, it was extremely limited. I only had a moment to say hi to her as I was passing by at the booths in the vendors hall. So please cut me some slack, okay? I did not get a chance to talk to her very long. But yes, Morgan Fairchild is indeed still beautiful. She really, really is. To this day, Morgan Fairchild's a wonderful person. That's what I'm going to say about that. Let's see. So many wonderful comments. Man, Julie is just, once she starts commenting, Julie just doesn't quit.
Okay. I'm trying
oh my
to get
goodness. Oh my goodness, Willow, look at this. She worked for Bloomingdale's, and my first day was Black Friday in the denim department. Probably the closest version to hell I've ever gotten.
Oh,
how the heck did you last that?
Wow.
Like, okay, how long did you work at Bloomingdale's, and why didn't you quit that first day?
Julie, can you share with us what your longevity of your career was at Bloomingdale's?
Wow.
I haven't heard the name Bloomingdale's since I watched that movie Splash with Tom Hanks.
Stupid O'Clock will be doing the Santa tracker. Awesome. Okay, so I won't have to do that this year.
Stupid O'Clock is doing it? Oh, that's great. I might have to tune into the live chat for that, Carl.
Yeah. Hey, Willow, do you have a link to your Willow's Pillow Talk? Can you put it in the chat?
You might want to put in the chat.
Yeah, because I think they are stuck on the Hanging With Web channel.
Join me. Sorry, guys. I did try sending them the link in the.
Cool.
Let's see. Julie says, less Spider-Man, more Hallmark movies. Listen, Julie, Hallmark isn't going to quit anytime soon, so you can go ahead and watch that show. To your heart's content.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My mother does the same thing. She loves the Hallmark movies.
Even though they're all the same.
They're all the same movie, but...
different characters. Yeah.
And they film most of them in Willow's backyard.
I will try very hard this coming year to try to get into one of those cheesy ass movies.
All right.
By the way, Jody McPhee has a great comment up here. He says, I have a grievance for you all. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Events happened during a Christmas party and ended on Christmas. Enough said.
Welcome to the party, pal.
That's one of my favorite lines in that whole movie, by the way, Carl. I just want to point that out.
I love it. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Carl, Hans, Booby, I'm your white knight. Carl, Booby, I'm your white knight. But in this case, Julie, Booby, I'm your white knight. So there you go, Julie. There's your Die Hard reference for you. Even though I said it 400 times. Anyway, Julie says, I am loving Ariana Grande's new Santa Tell Me. I love Lost Christmas by, who is this? Wham? Underneath the Christmas Tree by Kelly Clarkson. And loving the Michael Bublé album pretty much. Does anyone else like Michael Bublé? I'm not sure.
Is that a new album, or is that the one that they keep rehashing every year?
I think it's it says she loves the Michael Bublé album pretty much. I think she's referring to the one that's already been out.
Oh, okay.
Anyone else familiar with that album? I don't know.
He's on an ad for some sort of soft drink, isn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's all I know him from.
Julie says, I used to love this Playhouse, referring to Pee-wee's Playhouse. I don't know, and I almost don't feel weird about it. That's all right, Julie. We still love it. Today's secret word is year. Yeah, you remember what to do when anyone says a secret word, right? Scream real loud. There's your impression for you. See, I'm just a master of impressions. Maybe I should be an impressionist.
My daughter was obsessed with Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Really?
And we would watch it on tape constantly. So I would have to do the Pee-wee voice for her. And yeah, my ex-wife hates me. But anyway,
whatever. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's fine.
From the desk of a small press publisher is in the studio. He says, Grievance, less Hallmark, more of anything else other than Hallmark. And Hallmark movies used to be during some time other than a holiday such as Christmas.
Thank you.
Okay, someone gets the idea of Hallmark movies being all the same.
Yeah. Hey, I've got another grievance. If we got to a stop here.
Sure, go ahead.
In the green room the other night. Okay, I won't repeat a lot of what happened.
Oh no, the green room is a very dark place.
It's a dark place. But someone started a quote to quote someone, and then they said, "Okay, now that person, okay," and I won't mention who it is, but they said this person, okay, you might not like them, they might, and they started into a 15-minute explanation of why that person was a bad person, but they were going to quote him anyway. And I'm like, I don't care if you're quoting Adolf Hitler, say the damn quote. I mean, we can all make our judgment after you say the quote. If Hitler said, art is from the soul, okay, I'll judge that by what it says. If he said all artists should be shot, then okay, no, he was a piece of crap, But but if you're going to do a quote, especially now because people are in cancel or whatever, and they just tell me what the person said. And then I'll make a judgment based on that. And I might say, you're a crap person too, get off my channel. but if you're going to do that, do it. Okay. My grievance is don't beat
around the bush.
Yeah. Explaining why that person's a bad person, but you're going to quote him anyway.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. Bill Sarton chimes in. He says, Jaws was never my scene, but I don't like Die Hard or Funko Pops either. Laugh out loud. Okay.
Okay. It's okay that you don't like Funko Pops. It's not okay that you don't like Die Hard. I'm sorry.
Or Jaws. Jaws. He doesn't like Jaws.
I don't like Jaws either. So.
By the way, from the desk of a small press publisher says, thank you. Now I have an image of Lawrence Fishburne as Cowboy Curtis and I'm now shaking my gosh darn head. Well, hey, apparently he didn't feel like signing up for The Matrix Part 4, so I guess Lawrence Fishburne saved himself a paycheck.
Yeah. So sometimes you do things for money when you're young.
By the way, is there a new young actor who's playing a younger version of his character in Matrix?
I'm not sure what character he's playing, but I think they're
Morpheus.
trying to.
That's it. Morpheus. Morpheus is the character, but is the actor playing a new version of Morpheus? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
By the way, your girlfriend Ivy says the new Hawkeye is the new Die Hard. It's the newest Christmas show. Well, it is set during Christmas. And by the way, no spoilers because I am going to binge watch all of Hawkeye right before Book of Boba Fett drops. So then I get it all done. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me see. Donna says, I can't say my favorite Die Hard quote here on this channel.
I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is. Yippee-ki-yay!
Blankety blank. It's blank, blank, blank. It's like the human voice on Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Anybody remember that human voice on Charlie Brown? It's so funny. That's how most adults talk. Wah, 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 wah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which one is this, Julie? She says, I've always loved the movie A Christmas Story, which was actually filmed in downtown Cleveland, Ohio, where Julie is near. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So you're in Ohio, Julie? Is that true? I believe you did say to me one night you were near Cleveland, right? Is it near Cleveland? Let us know in the chat. I'm curious.
Cleveland rocks.
Ohio. One of these days I just need to go to Iowa and then go out into the cornfields and then yell out to my best friend, hey, is this heaven? And then their response is going to be, no, it's Iowa. I would have thought this was heaven. Which, by the way, that is on my bucket list, Willow. We all got to take a trip together and go to the Field of Dreams in Iowa. We got to do that.
They will come.
No, it's he will come. He will come. If you see, people misquote that all the time. It's actually if you build it, he will come, not it will come. He will come.
And who was he?
He was you, Ray.
Whoa.
It was you.
Did we get a warning?
Wait a minute, did we just get a warning from the executives? Is that true?
No, that was just me when I said yippee-ki-yay.
Oh, blankety blank blank blank. Yeah, and then the graphic pops up on screen, which I don't have access to.
I wouldn't be surprised if we got a warning for any of the quotes.
But I will say this though, Willow, I love how creative your intro to the show is, because every time Manitoba comes up, I'm like, yep, it's great. And by the way, was that from the TV series Get Smart when the map falls on the ground?
Yeah.
This is 86 reporting under control.
There are a lot more things lot more shows that reference Winnipeg, and I'm trying to find them all.
Oh, I want to see this intro so bad.
Wow.
Can you make another like 3.5 minute long intro?
Yeah, the intro will be 15 minutes long, and then the show will be
And then
like,
Carl
well,
and
that's
I will be
all.
the only two people commenting in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be there for the chat if it's 8 minutes long, Willow. If you make your intro 8 or 10 minutes long, I'll still be there.
Because I have to add the Lemony Snicket one, and then there's
what was the other one?
A quote from Flypaper at the end.
Oh, if I knew what that was, I'd be more smarter.
It's a great movie. It's kind of
I never heard of it.
Yeah,
Is it on streaming? Can I stream it?
You know what? I'm pretty sure Netflix might have it. But
Ooh, I have Netflix, so I can go on Netflix and watch it tomorrow. Okay. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow and watch that.
Okay, Murdoch Mystery. Here's the thing about Murdoch Mystery. The movie was actually filmed in Winnipeg.
Hey. Hey.
We have the Toronto police precinct
really
in our downtown area.
Really?
It's just the sign
it's
on the
sign.
facade, but that was used in the Murdoch Mystery.
Can you take a picture of it and send it to me?
Absolutely.
You should. I want to see some visual representation of this. And by the way, from the desk of a small press reporter said, "Hey Ryan, at least you all are not trying to talk through the cone of silence." That's smart. That's true. That's true, Joe.
Yeah, hell of a show.
That would be a heck of a show.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Let me see. Julie, my good friend Julie says, "Are people even allowed to swear on the YouTubes? Because I don't see that not happening in today's society." People curse all. You have to wait a certain amount of time when you intro your show, so you have to wait like the first 2 minutes. Willow,
you can't just come right out and curse?
I thought it was the first 2 minutes.
Oh.
I heard it was the first 2 minutes, and then you can start cursing up a storm, Julie, but I may be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, we're past that then. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Past 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Bill Sarton says, for the record, I do like something called Star Wars. Nothing but Star Wars.
Yeah, he was quoting some song earlier. Yeah.
Oh, I can't help it. I rewatched Rogue One today, Carl, and that movie is so effing good. Rogue One is so good.
I've seen it.
Oh my God, Carl, you've got to see Rogue One.
It's sad.
if you're going to see one new Star Wars movie that's come out in the last 5 years, you've got to see Rogue One.
You know, I stick with the original.
It leads right into A New Hope.
Oh. Okay.
Because it's a prequel. It takes place right before the events of A New Hope. It's about how they got
I thought there were 3 movies before that.
No. But what I'm saying to you is this movie takes place right up against the events of A New Hope. So this is how the spies got the plans to the Death Star.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
ignore episodes 1, 2, and 3 because you
ignore
don't
the
really
prequels
need them.
because they're all crap. But the prequel that you should pay attention to is Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Well, I knew they were crap as soon as I saw Jar Jar Binks, which is another grievance.
That's another grievance
right there.
Yeah. But Carl, go on Disney Plus later tonight or tomorrow and watch Rogue One. You won't
that's another grievance. I don't subscribe to any plus of anything.
There is no Disney Plus?
I don't subscribe to any of those. I'm not paying
Willow,
more
give them
money.
access to your Disney Plus.
I'm not paying them any more money. You know, they got Disney Plus, you've got Discovery Plus, you have History Plus, and all these.
You have Paramount Plus.
Yeah, thank you. No, that means what? You're going to show crap on your other channel and save the best for the people that pay more than they're already paying. And my cable bill's already, double digits. No, thank you.
That's a great cable bill. But from the desk of a small press publisher chimes in and says, Rogue One explains why A New Hope happened the way it did, Carl. So you may want to watch this movie.
Okay. Yeah.
It's ridiculously good looking and it's ridiculously good. It's so good. It's great.
If it's on Netflix, we'll see it eventually.
All right. Does anyone know if it's on Netflix? Because I know Disney.
I don't know.
If they have it on DVD, we get the old people. We get the old people Netflix.
Yes.
You might be able to
I
find
have it on
in
Blu-ray, Carl. I have the movie on Blu-ray and DVD.
Oh, okay.
You might be able to find it in the bargain bin.
Oh, dude, you can probably find it for like $10 now, if not $5.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Wait a minute. They sell all the movies individually on Blu-ray and DVD at Target. So you can find Rogue One at Target.
Okay. Cool.
Okay,
that Target tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.
I would like to do a grievance on Target. Okay.
Why?
Oh yeah, go.
Okay.
Go.
Target or Target, as some people like to call it, because
Julie
they
and I
want to
call it that.
they want to pretend that they're fancy.
Hi, Julie.
Okay, so they came up to they came up to Manitoba, bought out our Zellers, which was basically our Canadian version of Target.
Oh, okay. Zellers, yeah.
This aggravates me so much. They bought Zellers, they used the building for maybe 2 years, had nothing on the shelves, and then they disappeared right after Christmas or right before Christmas one year. Okay, we built this huge ass complex for them, and they just decided to go bankrupt and leave. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wow.
And then, and not only that, taking the Zellers name with them.
Oh, they took.
So we lost our.
Yeah, because they bought it.
Oh, because they bought the rights. Okay, or they bought them outright. Okay, got it. Yeah. So that's a business thing that's not pretty with you. Okay.
That's a good grievance, though. That's a good
airing of grievances. Do you want to do the feats of strength of the executives at Target? Let's do it. Okay.
So I want my Zellers back.
Yeah.
By the way, Julie says that this just in, I heard Pillow Talk Plus is on its way. Well, Willow, my good friend Willow,
subscribe to my channel and you'll get extra content that bullshit.
Hey, Julie.
I want to see Willow. I want to see Willow's Pillow Talk minus, and that'll be like the one with all the cursing. It's like the lower brow version.
Willow. I don't know if you want to start a Willow's Pillow Talk Plus, but are you going to start an only blank?
Yeah, only fans, only if you pay me to do it.
Okay. Because I think Julie, that was going to be your next question.
I thought that was the whole idea. They pay you to do it.
It's where I put on clothes. Could I be wearing any more clothes?
I don't know.
A reverse OnlyFans. Yeah. Please.
Nobody wants to see me do.
Hey, Donna says Star Wars Rogue One is on the queue and moved to the very top of the list for you tonight.
Oh, that's so sweet of her. She's
nice.
She's a
Rogue
nice
One.
wife.
You're gonna love this movie.
She's a nice
Carl.
wife.
In all seriousness, you're gonna like the way you look after watching this movie. I guarantee it.
She's a nice wife, even though I have her on my list of grievances today. Okay, so I come out of my bedroom and she's coming out of hers, and she's like, "Are you okay?"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." What? And she's like, "Well, you're kind of grumpy, like me." Like, okay.
What does that make you, Oscar the Grouch?
Normally in the morning, she sees me after I've had a cup of coffee or two, and I'm not so. Now I'm not like doing like lurch like. But she wakes up later, and then she comes in here and she gives me the grumpy face or whatever until I say, "Hey, there's coffee downstairs." Oh, okay, cool. But she doesn't see me when I first wake up, so she's not used to the sight, I guess.
Yeah. So when me and my husband, when we first started dating, I stayed over at his place for a little bit. And I was in transition of moving out of my foster home and finding my work and all that. So, so I woke up with him one morning, and like he used to work at a cabinet shop, and so he had to get up around 7 o'clock. I'm like, "Good morning, hon," and he goes, "Oh God, you're a morning person. No, go. No.
Go back to sleep.
I can't deal with you now."
That's the weird thing about.
But you still found your forever home, so we're happy.
Yeah.
And you got 7,000 cats living in that house. So,
he didn't break up with me for that. So
you're doing good. You're all right. Yeah, because we got 34 years together, so I'm
that's
thinking,
by the way, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
It's
but
amazing.
That just shows that a morning person and not a morning person can get along.
Yeah,
I used to be a morning person. Then when I started doing something called college, I just became a night owl. And now that I've graduated from college, as of I don't know, I guess yesterday? Was it yesterday? Today's Sunday, right? Yeah. As of yesterday, since I'm fully done, now I can go back to that old habit, but I don't want to. I just want to sleep in late, get up whenever, and then if I'm up late at night, that's great. But I don't get up early in the morning anymore.
So Ryan, do you have any post-grad grievances?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Let me ask you a question. How much time we got? Because Julie's got some great comments, and I'm loving every single one of them, honey. Here's the thing about post-grad. I'm going to miss everybody. And I'm going to miss getting up at certain hours to go to school because I miss seeing all the wonderful faces, even though we're covered wearing face masks, because the Corona Miley Cyrus thing is still a thing, by the way. I don't know. I guess my only grievance is I'm going to miss everybody. I don't know if that's more of a grievance. That's more like an actual feeling. That's not really a grievance. It's a feeling I get because I got so used to seeing the same certain amount of faces every day at my 2 jobs, which one of them I'm still going to have when I graduate. The other one, not so much. You have to be a GA if you want to keep that job, which means graduate assistant for those of us who are keeping track of the acronyms at home. I am not a graduate assistant, but I may go back for grad school in the future, so who knows? Although I will say I did apply for a job the other day, so cross your fingers, cross your toes. I turned in my first newly revamped resume and the first ever cover letter I ever wrote. So, and I think I did pretty good. I had someone look it over to make sure all the what is it called? The I's were dotted, the T's were crossed. And they said, you know what? This is a good cover letter. You should send it in. I said, okay, cool. So I sent it in. So fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. If I get this gig, it would be an amazing feat. Someone who graduates college and then 2 minutes later gets an automatic job right out of the gate. It's very rare, but it does happen.
The former career counselor in me is coming out now because I did that for a long time.
Yes,
so
you did.
What kind of job did you apply
so now
for?
you want to know my dirty secrets. All right, so here's the deal. I applied for a job as a resource center coordinator.
Oh, okay.
A resource center coordinator for a wonderful group of people and a wonderful organization I've already had the pleasure of volunteering with, known as Pathfinders for Autism.
Ooh,
yes.
Very good. Yes.
So I would be working with people on the spectrum. I'd be working with their families and pointing them in the right direction of certain resources that other people may have available to them and all that kind of stuff. So basically, I'm kind of like a pointer type person. Like I point people in the right direction, or I find those answers for them. So I'm like Radio Shack. If you got questions, hopefully I have the answers. So I applied for the job, and I hope I get it because I already know the people there. The people are wonderful, and I love them to pieces. And autism is my cause that I stand for because I am an X-Men. I do have autism myself, which I take very seriously, by the way. And you know what they say, Carl, with great power comes a great amount of responsibility. So if they want to give me that power and that responsibility, I'm ready to take it full on because autism is my thing and I support people with autism. I want to advocate for others for autism. So sign me up, man. I'm down.
Cool. Very good.
So wish me luck, y'all. We won't find out for a couple of weeks, but once I get an answer, this person watching at home, you're going to be the first to know.
All right. Cool.
Don't worry. I'll spread the cheer on my Facebook, Carl. You know this.
Yeah.
Everyone Facebook stalks me anyway, so they'll find out one way or the other if I'm going to get the gig or not. But it would be nice if I got. But then again, it's not my decision. It's up to the powers that be. It's up to the Lord above. If He wants to give me the job, He'll give it to me.
Well,
you know what they say, Willow. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. So we shall see. We shall see. Yeah. Thank you. So many people are giving me some props in the chat, and they don't even know who I am. I'm loving this.
Well, this is great.
And Julie knows who I am because Julie and I are married, but. In fantasy, not reality. We're not married in reality. That is not true. But man, look at all these comments. I'm loving this.
Yeah, that's great tonight.
So let's see here. Julie says, Ryan, are you obsessed with Rogue One or like I'm obsessed with Clubhouse? No, Julie. It's just that Rogue One is the most recent movie I had a chance to go back and rewatch. So I'm like on a Star Wars high. So I'm just like loving Rogue One right now. And by the way, I'm going to change my ranking of the Star Wars movies on my Letterboxd account because right now the ranking I have that I shared with my friends last night, it's incorrect and I need to fix it.
Julie with the sports thing. You know what? Okay, so
my Ravens stole your Cleveland Browns. Woo!
Winnipeg is Winnipeg had our sports team, the Jets, stolen from us and traded to another city.
Yep.
And then we bought another team from another city. But in that process, in that 15 years of the Jets not being in Winnipeg, we lost the Jets to Phoenix. And we lost one of our best players to the Mighty Ducks. I swear to God, like Timo Solani, I will always love him. Like he will always be a Jets player as far as I'm concerned. But he did wonders for the Mighty Ducks.
Ooh, I love Mighty Ducks. That was a great franchise. And then they rebooted it with Mighty Ducks Game Changers, which you can watch on Disney Plus. # I am not a Disney show. By the way, Julie says, Carl, you're hysterical. She found me forever home. Oh, my God. Bless you all. Wow, Julie must get the reference. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but you do. What is your forever home? What is that?
Cats. When a cat finds its forever home.
Oh, okay, got it.
And so I said, Willow found her forever home.
Got it.
Yeah, it loses something in the translation, I guess.
Ivy says, good luck to me. Hope you get the job. Thank you so much, Ivy. If I get this job, it'll be a blessing. It'll be an incredible blessing. You never know. Joe says, you got this, Ryan. You got this. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Man.
Well, the forever home thing fits with us because we're the crazy cat people.
Yeah, you are a crazy cat lady who just happens to be under the age of 40. By the way, Julie says, Carl, what's your secret to a good marriage for the rest of us single peeps watching at home, such as myself?
Okay.
Because I'm single and ready to mingle, Carl, but you know.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't speak to meeting folks because I met Donna in a bar while trying to pick up her best friend.
Wow.
And her best friend was like, help. And Donna throws herself on the grenade, which was me. And, 3 or 4 months later, we're married. And, but keeping your marriage healthy involves having separate bathrooms. That is the key. That is the key.
Wow. Okay.
That's actually a fair point.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ivy chimes in with something for Willow. It's a sports thing. She says Jets at 10, Jets 2.0. Meh. Someone's upset.
Well, the Jets were known to choke in the middle of our season. Yeah. But now they're doing really well. So there's a good chance that the Stanley Cup could come home with us.
Julie says, I missed my friends being on one block when we all went to New York City after college. I understand how you feel, Ryan. Thanks, Julie. Yeah, I'm going to miss my peeps. I got to be honest, because I made some good friends this semester, and it's a bummer that I got to say goodbye to all of them. Although I only live about 5 or 10 minutes away from campus, so I can always just take my car and drive up during the weekends. Yeah. Let's see here. Donna says, don't be attached to the hip, Julie. Remember, you're two individuals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're two individuals. Remember that.
You are allowed to have a difference in opinion.
Oh, yeah. Lord knows. I've dated some people that don't like half the nerd stuff that I like, but yet I'm fine with it. Because I can handle it. Listen, if I like Star Wars and they don't like Star Wars, I can still be with them because it's like, if you don't like Star Wars, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. Now, if you tell me that you don't like something known as Superman in any way, shape, or form, that's a deal breaker. You have to like the Man of Steel because Superman is my GOAT. He's my number one. He's my most inspirational character of all time, aside from the characters that we met in 1977 Star Wars. But you must feel the Force surround you. Outside of the whole Yoda-isms, it's like if you don't love Star Wars, but you can at least like some of it, that's fine too. That's not a deal breaker.
Okay. And there'll be things that person likes that you don't like.
Exactly. Someone will walk up to me and they're like, yo, Ryan, I'm with you, but just so you know, I'm a big Tay-Tay fan, so if you don't like Taylor Swift, I'm just letting you know. I'm like, all right, listen, I may not care much for Taylor Swift, but if you like Taylor Swift, honey, that's fine. I can deal with it. It's fine.
Yeah. Just listen to it while I'm out of the house.
Just listen to it when I'm not here and listen to it when I'm at my 9-to-5 job.
Exactly. There you go.
Which is fine with me. You can listen to as much music as you listen. Earlier today, I was listening to Creed. I was listening to Aerosmith and all that good stuff. If the person, hypothetically, if I'm with somebody who doesn't care much for Aerosmith or a little bit of Creed, I can still be with them. It's fine.
See, okay, that's just it. Like, I love Aerosmith.
I love Aerosmith personally.
But I don't think I've ever met anybody who didn't like them.
I don't know.
But we have a thing here in Canada where it's like, you're not Canadian unless you like the Tragically Hip. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a hip fan.
Hey, you want to know something funny? I don't remember who sings this song, but this song was featured in the trailer for the movie that's set in Target, the movie called Career Opportunities, which celebrated its 30th anniversary this year with Frank Whaley and Jennifer Connelly. It's called Career Opportunities, about a guy who works at a Target store. And he has the hots for the town beauty, but she doesn't really know that until the middle half or the second part of the movie. So Frank Whaley, the trailer for the movie has the song playing, and this song was playing over the PA that I was at Target the other night. She drives me crazy. And no, I can't help myself.
Now, was that show supposed to be in Target?
No, the movie is set in Target, but the song is featured in the trailer for the movie. It wasn't actually featured in the movie, but it was featured in the trailer for the movie.
Well, I just asked because one of my favorite shows, and you can find it on YouTube if you look, is IKEA Heights. And
IKEA Heights.
Yeah, IKEA Heights. And the whole series was filmed in an IKEA without permission.
Oh, damn.
Okay. And the people, it's a detective kind of thing because someone ends up murdered. And so they're searching the IKEA to find the murderer. And it's hilarious because they're not supposed to be filming there at all. And they were kicked out on camera a couple of times during the filming of the show. So it's like,
oh my
all
God.
All of a sudden they're on the loading dock, filming.
The biggest, that's
hilarious.
That's a hilarious technical issue because another technical issue that the people ran into while making the movie Career Opportunities is that it's set in Target, right? So they could only film in Target at that because they were filming in an actual Target store. They didn't build like the sets from scratch like some other production did, which is fine. They filmed in an actual Target, but they could only film at night when everything was shut down. And I mean everything. Like the store was shut down, the strip mall near it was shut down, everything. They can only film at night. So they did the night shoots, and then during the day, they would have to like beg and plead the managers and the owners being like, hey, we need some day shots. We have to film this during the day. So they had to fight a little bit of tooth and nail to get those, exterior day shots for the film. They got them, but it took a lot of convincing and a lot of maneuverability because Target is such a big corporation that they didn't want to like have to deal with the fines and the extra shooting days, and they had to go over budget. So thankfully they didn't have to go too much over it, but the day shoots for Frank Whaley were so difficult because they had to film in exterior, and then the interior shots had to be filmed in the office with the late great John Candy, who makes a cameo, by the way. He plays the Target store manager.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
so
funny.
He's in the movie for like 5 minutes, but they had to a little bit fight tooth and nail to get the day shots. And I'm like, I am so happy this film got made because I never saw Target until the 2000s, and this is like the 90s version of Target, so everything was stacked differently. All the rows were clearly labeled. They had the cassette tapes, they had CDs, stereo systems, cameras. I'm talking like all the stuff you would have found like way back in the heyday. And I'm like, dang, I wish I could go back and see this at Target in 91 because that Target looked, so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the boom boxes look so good, Willow. The cassette players and the boom boxes from Casio. Oh wow. My God, they look so good. Yeah. And picking out the CDs, they came in those long plastic, things. You had to pick them up out of a row, and you had to get someone to take off the security chain. Oh my God. Do you remember that, Carl? Those things came in like the plastic thing, and you had to lift them up and then take them to the counter and be like, yo, I want to buy this CD. Take off the security device.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was so much fun to see. Because I remember shopping at Cowdoor back in the day. Does anyone remember Cowdoor? Oh my God. That was a huge chain back then. So you had Cowdoor, you had Circuit City.
Yeah,
Circuit City was a big fish. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Circuit City was huge back then. And remember those commercials? Was it Circuit City, the Circuit State of the Art? All those commercials. I remember that. I remember like it were yesteryear. It was so much fun. Wow. Sorry, I know we're supposed to be talking about grievances and how ticked off we are. But I can't help but go down a picture of memory.
Oh, that's okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Because things back in the 90s for me personally and professionally were so much easier than they are now.
Thank you,
like
Julie.
reminiscing about old shops is definitely it can fall along the grievances because I do miss a lot of the older the old shops.
Look at Julie. She said Radio Shack.
And Radio Shack, which I miss. I miss every dang day.
Julie says we still need to hold my graduation party, even though I had my graduation party with family and friends last weekend. Listen, Julie, if you want to hold one for me and our good friends at Clubhouse, # not a sponsor, just ping me. Ping me into the room. It's fine. I'll be there on Clubhouse.
Did Circus City buy out Radio Shack down in the States, or did Radio?
No,
I think Circus City
what did Circuit City end up doing, Carl? Do you remember?
Circus City went out of business first.
They did.
And then Radio Shack went out of business soon-ish afterwards, which is very sad. I used to work at Radio Shack.
Really?
Yes. I was an assistant manager in the Champaign, Illinois store. And it was great. It was great. But then you had to jump through some political-ish hoops to get your own store to be a manager. And I was like, yeah, I'm out of here.
Radio Shack.
I had my degree in psychology. I was moving on up, whatever. And then I came back and worked for them part-time here in Danville.
Oh,
which was an interesting story because our manager was such an disagreeable guy. He was not a nice person.
Okay, nice person.
He was not a nice person. So people would wait until his car was gone, and then they come in and buy from me.
Huh?
Because you're the great salesman.
Well, I guess. So,
and speaking of salesmanship, from the desk of a small press publisher chimed in and says, How are we then friends, Ryan? LMAO. At least you're on a listen, I am a Batman fan, but I'm going to take Superloop over the Batman any day of the week. Batman's my number 2, but Superman's number 1.
Okay.
That or an advocate for Cal being with Diana. We can get along then. Listen, if Kal-El wants to be with Diana Prince, 2 superpowered beings, getting their freak on in the bedroom, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Superman and Wonder Woman are powerful on their own, but if they're together as a power couple, I'm fine with it too. But listen, we all know deep down in our heart of hearts, we know exactly that we know that Kal-El was meant to be with Lois Lane. We all know this. So if Clark stays with Lois the rest of his career, I'm fine with that too.
But the fact that Lois Lane keeps forgetting that Superman is Clark Kent.
They're the same person.
Sorry.
Yeah. Listen, I love the Christopher Reeve Reeve movies, but do you remember at the end of each movie he always made Lois forget that he was Superman? After each movie that Christopher Reeve did, which by the way, the late great Christopher Reeve, I might add.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gave her a kiss one day, and then she automatically forgot what happened in the last 2 films. I'm like, how does that even work?
If only that worked.
Carl, I mean, it's just,
you can forget that argument, honey. Here, you have a smoke.
By the way, Bill says that my bestie Laura likes the Monkees and bought me 2 Monkey T-shirts from the band and a Peter York autographed Monkey memorabilia. So we're good on that front.
I think you meant Peter Tork.
Oh, Peter Tork.
Yeah,
excuse me. Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bill, you're a big fan of the Monkees. You bring that up a lot on your page.
Hey.
The Monkees were a great band.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't have a problem with the Monkees, I don't think. No. That's the barrel of monkeys I have a problem with, because you never get them out of the barrel, and then when they get out of the barrel, they have trouble getting back into the barrel. Get back in there!
Now, what we need is Mickey Dolenz to come together with Paul McCartney.
Oh, there you go.
And,
Paul McCartney,
and Barry Gibb.
Is it Barry Gibb?
Yeah, the last survivors of
Last
their
Survivor.
group. Yeah.
They need to form their own super group.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
my favorite song from the Bee Gees, believe it or not, is actually Staying Alive. I like that song very much. Mm-hmm. And not just because it was featured in many films of the era and as well outside of the era, but it's just a good tune to jam out to.
Yeah.
It's a good tune, I think, personally. By the way, Willow, if we ever do karaoke one night, maybe you and I should sing that.
Absolutely.
You want to do a duet of the Bee Gees?
Absolutely.
Because Wayne Campbell, your friend in Canada, once said, Led Zeppelin didn't write music that everyone liked. They left that to the Bee Gees.
Of course, we could always do the Islands in the Stream, too. The Bee Gees wrote that song for Dolly Parton.
Did he? I haven't heard that song in a long time. I got to go back on my local Sirius XM and play that, because I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
What is this saying, Julie? Julie says, or a dog. The Forever Home is adoption for pets.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen, I hope to adopt a cat one day. That's my ambition.
Yes.
Now that I've graduated, Willow, my ambition, one of my many ambitions, I should say, now that I'm a college graduate and I'm the world heavyweight champion right now, serenity now, insanity later, I want to adopt a cat. I really want a cat.
I would love to see a drum solo between Mickey Dolenz and Ringo Starr.
Hey, is Ringo still around?
Yeah, as far as I know, too. Yeah.
Bill
knows some of these people.
Okay, I knew Ringo back in the late 80s, early 90s as Mr. Conductor on Shining Time Station.
Yeah.
Which was a TV series I watched a lot. By the way, that was how I was introduced to Thomas the Tank Engine and his amazing friends.
Wasn't Dee Khan on there, too?
Yes, dude.
Oh, I love Dee
Jones.
I loved her when she used to do detergent commercials.
Wait, she was like detergent commercials?
Yeah, she used to do.
I'm looking this
Game
up. I
or Tide or something, and I used to love her. She was so cute. I thought, oh man, why aren't they using her on television somewhere? And they did. And then she became Frenchie in Grease.
Right.
Wait a minute, she was in Grease?
Yeah.
She was Frenchie, the one that did the hair.
Oh, the one that did the hair in the movie.
Yeah. No. She was. Yeah.
Okay.
Beauty school dropout.
Yeah. I'm typing.
We won't sing anymore because copyright.
Well, yeah.
Which is another grievance I'll have later.
By the way, someone just pulled up all the scenes of her in Grease. Frenchie being the best character in Grease is the first thing that pops up.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to look this up. I'm so sorry, Dee Dee. I've only known you for so many years as as Stacey Jones on the American classic Shining Time Station. Which, by the way, they had a holiday special too. Tis a Gift holiday special at Shining Time Station, which you can watch on YouTube free. Which I'm going to be watching this week because it is the holiday season. Got to watch my favorite holiday specials.
Yeah.
And that's just one of many. I know there's a lot of holiday specials out there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Julie says, amen to separate bathrooms, Carl. I knew I liked you for a reason. Wow.
Yep. It helps. Hey, in college, I had to share a bathroom. I rented a room in the house, and you had to share a bathroom with 3 other people. And I'm walking in there and seeing the stockings hanging there, and I said, "This is a harbinger of doom," because one of the gals, that lived on our floor, and then you put things in the fridge and they disappear,
Ooh,
and,
yeah.
and that is also something
Grievance.
you have to get used to in marriage, because sometimes you'll be like, "Where'd those leftovers go?" "Oh, I ate them." Okay. I'll get away.
Yeah.
By the way, Julie says, "Nice one, Carl, picking up the best friend." I mean, I'm married, but
So, funny story about the food in the fridge.
Oh, okay. Sure, yes, please tell us.
Okay, so I try very hard not to be a bitch to my husband.
Okay.
But there was one day.
That's a good start.
There was one day I came home and I had a hard day at work and I was looking forward to eating my chocolate bars.
Oh, see?
He ate my chocolate bar.
You ate the chocolate.
He had his own chocolate and I had mine, and he ate mine along with his. Okay. So
So your hubby is commenting.
I hear something. I hear Willow's Pillow Talk minus in the background.
Can we get an earpiece on him back there?
I think it was a violation.
Oh, it's a violation. Thank you, Carl, for bringing that up on screen. We do appreciate you making sure that we don't have any problems here on set. But by the way, Julie has something for us. She says, "I love my Christopher Reeve, and not to mention Dean Cain back in the 90s when he played Superman on television." Yes, Julie, I have all 4 seasons on Divida, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah. The great thing about the Dean Cain series,
93 to 97.
It also had Terry on there.
Yeah. Terry Hatcher. My goodness.
Yeah, Terry Hatcher. And she used to play on MacGyver too for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was also in what was that movie that was with Tango and Cash?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
She was in the movie Tango and Cash with Kurt Russell and Sly Stallone. How about that? In the words of our good friend Wayne Campbell, we were not aware of that. But listen, Willow, the more you know. But yeah, I didn't know that Terry Hatcher did a million things before she was on Lois and Clark. So I was like, dang, girl, you've been busy.
Well, I like her little bit on Seinfeld. So
yeah.
She played. By the way, that was a question that I was the only person who got that right during our Seinfeld trivia match, which you can watch on Full Metal Trivia. The question was, who was the name of the character that Terry Hatcher portrayed on her episode of Seinfeld as Jerry's girlfriend? And I said, I got this. Wrote it down on my whiteboard. After 15 seconds, I reviewed it. It's Sidra. Sidra was the character name. My 2 opponents guessed like Lisa or Stephanie, whatever it was. And I'm like, guys, it's Sidra. I know this, man. Wow. And by the way, full disclosure, if you guys want to watch the match, it is on the channel. But if you want to know the spoilers, I'll give you the spoiler.
Oh, okay.
I'm the world heavyweight champion in that matchup. So if you want to know who won the match, it was me. I'm just saying. Man, hey, what is it? Julie's got You Used to Be. You could see a Radio Shack in almost any movie from the 1970s on.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone remember that? Jeez.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
in fact, I wrote a novel where these aliens come from outer space. They have to rebuild part of their ship. And the only way they can do it is finding something that was back in the repair aisle in the back of the Radio Shack.
Oh,
because that's where they had hidden it, because nobody looks on the repair rack at Radio Shack. I mean, stuff could sit back there. People bring radios in, they get them fixed, and they'd sit there for a year before somebody would come in and go, did I leave a radio here to be fixed? Yes, sir, you did. Hang on while I go look for it. It was like that scene from, and Ryan would recognize the scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark at the end where they, they're putting the Ark in with all that other crap. That was the back of a Radio Shack. So I thought if aliens had to hide a super trophic stabilizer, they would hide it in the back of the Radio Shack. Nobody looks back there. Oh, yeah. Joe D points out they used a Tandy 1000 on Star Trek The Voyage Home. They did. They did, in fact. So now that we've talked badly about Ryan while he's gone, hey, I've got another grievance about charities.
Okay.
Okay. Charities that spend most of their money in administrative costs, and those people that take those big amounts of salary, don't give to them. Find yourself a local charity that where they're going to spend their money. And so if you're giving this holiday season, be careful where you give, know where your money's going. Please don't give it to some highfalutin administrator somewhere. That's my grievance.
Well, see, that's a great grievance, because I brought this up the other day where I had people from a charity come knocking at my door looking for money, and I'm just like, dude, I've already given out enough money for charity the last little while. Sorry. And he goes, well, how about giving more money to us? I'm like, no, go away.
Hey, we got
a hot and go to the next studio.
We got a hot one here. She's given to charity before. Maybe she'll give a little more, till it hurts. Yeah, it already hurts, buddy. Move along.
It was called Save the Children, and
that
Save the
sounds
Children
real.
charity, and I'm just like, no.
You know what, Willow? You
Feed
can always
the
pull the
children?
stormtrooper mug on him. Move along. Move along.
Save the children. Okay.
You can always pull the stormtrooper gig on him, Willow. Move along. Move along. Move along. By the way, Julie says, I've always wanted to see someone known as Aerosmith in concert. Julie, I would love to see Aerosmith in concert one day. They've been around for over 50 years, and all of them are still kicking, which is amazing to me. Julie also says, I love the movie Career Opportunities, even though it was so stupid. Julie, I don't think it was necessarily stupid. It was just, it's fine for what it is. It's not great by any stretch, but it's fine. It's entertaining. Yeah. And by the way, it's one of the shortest movies ever filmed, because the running time was like an hour and 15, hour 20, so it's barely like a full-length film.
Yeah.
And it was produced by John Hughes.
Oh, well, there you go. That
John
makes
Hughes
it good.
Movie.
Makes it good. Hey, we watched Ed Wood the other day.
How was it?
I liked it. Donna watched it first because, it's cold downstairs. We didn't want to go downstairs. So she watches it in her computer and then gives it back to me and says, this is a weird movie. And I'm like, okay. So I watch it and I go, well, wasn't that weird? So I'm thinking now, does Donna think I'm weird? I didn't think it was weird. I don't know. So yeah. What's his name? I can't. Oh, Donna, if you're in the chat.
Oh, look who's here. My good friend Michelle is here. When Julie shows up, Michelle follows. So when you see Julie show up, Michelle's not far behind. She says, hey, peeps. Michelle, how are you, darling? We love you. We miss you. You're awesome sauce. By the way, from the desk of a small press publisher says, thank you, Ryman. Love that as a diehard Wonder Woman fan, Cal and Diana were forced, but not as organic as Lois and Cal were. Okay, makes sense. I'm with you. By the way, Michelle says, I love the Bee Gees. Well, guess what, Michelle? So do we. We like the Bee Gees a lot. So it's all good.
I definitely feel like I was born in the wrong era. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like pop music from today or from like 97 on. Pop music just went to shit.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a grievance. Music isn't what it once was. That's a grievance we have right there.
I would even say 1990 on.
Well, Carl, there were some certain things in the 90s that I liked. So don't dog me too much.
A lot of crap to find the gold, but
what was the other thing? Oh yeah, Julie says
filming. Thank you, Donna.
Filming in Target at night reminds me of one of my favorite movies, but please don't hate on me, Carl. Mannequin.
Okay.
Mannequin. I've never seen Mannequin. Anyone else seen Mannequin?
Hey,
man.
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
Kim Cattrall was in this?
Yeah, she was in the first one. I don't know if
wait,
she
but
was
there's
in
a
the second
sequel?
one, but yeah.
Oh, there are sequels to everything. Just like there's a sequel to Leprechaun and a sequel to They're Eating Her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God. It's too good. Islands in the Stream. That is who we are, she says. Michelle says, sure. By the way, Michelle says, Shining Time Station. I love that show. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad I'm not the only person who recognized greatness when they see it in the form of Shining Time Station, which stars Didi Khan, Ringo Starr, and a whole bunch of other great actors and actresses. A whole bunch of great people, which you can find on YouTube, full episodes, for free. Don't even pay a dime.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, is this true? Ringo's son, Zach Starkey, is drumming for The Who?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not aware of this.
Yep.
That's his real name, Starkey. So
That's his real name, Starkey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Julie says, oh my God, Michelle is here. So speaking of Bond back axes, another all-time, say anything. Boomboxes, she says. Boomboxes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else, but I went off kilter. Boomboxes, yeah. Boomboxes. Those were fun. What was it? Didi Khan was also on Benson? What is Benson? What is that? What is Benson?
That was a show about governor, and I think it was a state down south. And what was his name? Robert?
Was it Robert Wagner?
No. The governor was goofy, but his butler Benson kept him on task.
Oh yeah, was that the actor who passed away who was in The Lion King? Robert Guillaume or Gianni?
Yeah. Guillaume, I want to say.
Guillaume, yeah. So Didi Khan was also on the TV series Benson, which was a spin-off, right?
And I must have missed Didi Khan in that. Dang.
That's amazing. I did not know this. Julie Alpern says, I remember the store Caldor. Great. I'm not the only person who remembers great retail shopping.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryan, all time. So many shows to watch. Yeah, because there's too many, so get off my case. Boom boxes from 1988. My first boom box and Tiffany cassette tapes.
Oh my God.
Willow, do you know what Tiffany cassette tapes are?
Yes.
Can someone describe what Tiffany cassette tapes are?
Tiffany the singer?
Tiffany the singer.
Oh, Tiffany the singer.
At last we're alone now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know who Tiffany was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me see. By the way, Julie says, Carl, I knew I recognized you from somewhere. I grew up in a Radio Shack family myself.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Interesting. Man, we're learning about so many things about our good friends in the chat.
Yeah,
I'm loving
there you
it.
go. Yeah, it's all coming out tonight. Wow.
By the way, Bill says eating another woman's chocolate is punishable by death.
Yeah.
Just about. I was really upset.
Pissed.
Yeah, it's a wonder the relationship lasted after that. If I ate Donna's chocolate, that would be it. You wouldn't find me.
What did I win, Joe? What did I win when I won that Seinfeld trivia match? I won something called bragging rights. Yeah. You don't win a trophy. You don't win a check for $1 million, even though that would have been nice, by the way.
Yeah.
But no, I just won bragging rights. But listen, it's fun to compete against your friends when they're all Seinfeld fans. And 2 of them were wearing Seinfeld shirts. And Willow, I failed to wear my Seinfeld shirt that night.
Oh, no.
I blanked.
But
I was wearing a completely different Nerdum shirt. I wore a Nerdum shirt, but it wasn't my Frank Costanza Serenity Now shirt. I blew it. Let me see. I don't know what Julie's trying to point out here with Christopher Reeve, but it's kind of weird and funny at the same time. I don't know what she's going with. Let me see. Joe says they used a Tandy 1000 on Star Trek The Voyage Home. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah, when he's saying, computer into the mouse.
Computer. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I am not a big fan of Star Trek 4. I'm not a big fan of Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
I think that movie could have been summed up in a 60-second PSA about saving the whales and saving the environment than a 2.5-hour movie. 2-hour movie, actually.
But it had some great lines, you know.
Yeah, maybe,
we just run down the nuclear vessel.
Yeah, I don't know. I just Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home is one of my. It's not up there. It's not up there with some of my other favorite Star Trek movies. It's one of my least favorite ones. But I will say this though, I did a rewatch of that little indie film, Carl, called The Wrath of Khan. I like that movie a little bit more so now than I did before. So I do have more respect for The Wrath of Khan. It's not too shabby of a film, man. Especially when Kirk drops the 2 major line where he says, "I don't like to lose. I don't believe in a no-win scenario." Those are some good lines by Kirk, man.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. I saw the Monkees live in the 1990s at a state fair. I always loved Davy
Oh,
Jones,
yeah.
says Julie Alpern.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh. We're learning it all tonight, I tell
Yeah,
you.
we're learning so many wonderful things about you,
Yeah.
Julie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you and I have only been married for about a week and a half, but geez.
Yeah.
We're learning.
This
Yeah,
is when
we
you
got-
learn things. The first
It was about a week and a half ago. We got married, Carl. It was a very small
Yeah.
ceremony, but it was fun. It's good times.
Well, that first week and a half or so, you learn a lot about your partner and, whether they're a chocolate eater or not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Julie says, I still love Staying Alive and How Deep Is Your Love? That is freaking calling my name. I am a huge fan of someone known as ABBA as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever seen ABBA in concert? Anyone ever see them?
Sadly not. I wish I had.
No.
We did see the, was it Mamma Mia?
Oh, okay.
Where
That's the other
poor,
musical, yeah.
poor Pierce Brosnan tries to sing. Everyone else is great. But Pierce Brosnan singing is like, that's how I felt when I had the gallbladder attacks.
So it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Okay.
I think you mean nails on a chalkboard. By the way,
Yeah,
Julie says, I'm
let's
so
do that.
impressed with you, Ryan. I'm mostly a dog person who recently lost a cat. Well, I'm sorry that you lost your cat, Julie. I am sorry.
That is sad.
But if you ever want to talk about cats and other stuff, that makes you happy, let us know.
Okay. I have to, speaking of cats, I need to show you guys
Who's
this.
this?
This
Who's
is
your friendly
adorable.
neighborhood
Be
cat?
careful where you point that
I
camera.
don't know if you can.
Okay. Oh.
Someone's sleeping.
In a box. What used to be a box. It's been chewed.
Look at the cat that's, by the way, which cat is this?
That is Midnight.
It's Midnight.
Oh, she's looking at us. She's opening her eyes.
Look at
Flipping
her eyes,
tail
Carl.
a little bit.
I love her so much.
Aw. So
Did she chew that box up herself?
No, that is Athena that does that. So
Yeah.
I have to get them another chicken box.
By the way, Derek Smith, we haven't heard from you in like a year and a
Hey,
half.
bud.
What's up, Derek? Good to see you, man. What's new in your neck of the woods? Let us know in the chat. I'd love to hear how things are going with you, with your family, your jobs, everything else you got going on. Because, by the way, Donna says, no, Donna knows you're weird, Carl.
Yeah, okay.
This is true. Let's see. Ted Davies is in the house. Ted Davies is here.
Hey,
Ted
Ted.
Davies says, I want to say good evening to every single one of you. Chris and Ted are watching quietly.
Where's the fun in that?
Where is the fun in that? Does anyone else know why they're watching quietly?
I don't know.
Bill Sarton says, I love the movie Ed Wood that features Martin Landau as Bela Lugosi.
Yes.
He was simply brilliant. Oh, wow.
And he won an award for his portrayal in that movie. He won on a Best Supporting Actor, I think. Which actually, I mean, it was.
What was the name of it?
Donna said who played. It was the guy that was Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh, you mean Johnny Depp?
Johnny
Johnny
Depp,
Depp's character.
the star. But I mean,
Martin Landau is Bela
Martin
Lugosi.
Landau
That
just
sounds like something
almost-
I'd want to watch.
he almost stole the show. He was
Really?
good. Oh yes, he was good.
That actually makes a fairly good point. Julie says Frenchie is still around. Didi Khan was recently a guest on Dancing with the Stars when they did a Grease night. Oh, I gotta look this up on YouTube.
Yeah.
For the show.
That's something to look up for later.
By the way, Jody McPhee says, I have a grievance for the studio. Music started blurring lines and genres since the year 2000. R&B, rock, pop, gospel, as well as country started to sound so much alike.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well,
And-
I think it started earlier than that because Shania Twain started in the 90s.
Shania Twain.
And that's pretty much where pop and country started to...
Oh, it
the
kind
other
of had
one.
merged a little bit before
Yeah.
that, but yeah, but you're right.
it was-
She did a disservice by merging them more.
Well,
Yeah.
she kind of did. By the way,
Yeah.
Michelle gives you credit, Willow. Yes, Willow, you were most definitely born in the wrong era of that time.
And I will say my grievance on most of the music today is that auto tune crap. If you can't
Yeah.
sing, don't do it.
By the
I'm
way,
sorry.
Michelle says I've seen both Mannequins Part 1 and Part 2. Oh my God. By the way, Julie says no story is ever going to start out as well by saying I try very hard not to be a biatch to my hubby. Okay. You know, when people
That's
start out a
true.
story like that, Willow, it never ends well.
Yeah.
And yes, Joe says Benson was indeed a spin-off to Soap, which stars Robert Guillaume. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier. Good point. Let me see. No man is going to eat my food, Willow. No man is. Wow. Okay. All right. If you say so. If you say so.
You got to do it like at work and put your name on it, I guess. You know?
By the way, Julie says that this is starting to become the he said, she said. Remember that movie from the 80s? What about the 90s, honey? Well, we can't help it, Julie. I am a fountain of knowledge when it comes to film. I can blast out any kind of movie or genre, anytime, any place. That's why they call me Ryan the Quote, because I can quote movies better than anybody in this business. That's a fact. It's not an opinion.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, here in my house, we have a rule. If I want my own pizza, I either do ham and pineapple or put mushrooms on it.
Oh, and he won't touch those?
Oh, he won't touch that pizza, Carl.
Okay. Hey, I've licked this chocolate.
See, your producer's mouthing off in the background.
Yeah.
Let me see. I don't know who this person is. I think it's your friend, Willow. They say you had Radio Shack. Willow and I, we had Pick-a Flick.
Well, okay. Radio Shack became Circuit
Pick-a-Flick?
City. The Source. Sorry. The Source bought out Radio Shack, but they still carry the Radio Shack name.
We had
okay. Yeah.
Like all their stuff has Radio Shack on it.
Yeah, and the name still exists as RadioShack.com, and there's some stores that still carry the merchandise. They're not company-owned stores anymore, though. They're just like,
Boy,
a Western.
Somebody has an attraction to your beard, Carl.
Yeah, I'm growing it out. It's epic.
They say that they want that beard. Who's Promify? I don't know who that is. He's
an old blog TV friend of mine.
Yeah, you got to work to get a beard like this. And by work, I mean don't shave.
Oh, by the way, Julie says, Donna, one of my favorites is Debbie Gibson. Debbie Gibson's one of her favorites. Okay. By the way, Donna Gibson was on a season of a reality show that shall not be named, but I was a fan of it back in the day. So don't hate me because of that. I just like the show. I'm not talking about people's belief systems, but I just like the show itself. So don't come at me in the comments. Yeah. Hey, listen, I like things that may not everyone else. Back in the day, anyway, I may have liked stuff that not everyone, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. By the way, AB Promify says, Carl, can I have your beard, please, on aisle 3?
My wife would be very upset.
Yeah. Well. By the way, Bill Sarton says, remember where we parked? Does anyone remember saying that to their best friends when they all went to the mall together in their car?
Oh, yeah.
Remember where we parked, Willow, when you drove to the mall?
Yeah. We didn't have those little buttons to beep. Where's my car?
Where's your car, Carl?
I don't know. I think it's outside here.
Is it outside near the driveway?
See,
by the way, Michelle says Carl looks like he's going to be playing Santa this year. Although Carl is saying no, Michelle. That's
not humbug.
Sorry, Michelle. He's not.
And I don't like kids that much, so.
By the way, Julie,
if their moms want to come and sit on my lap and tell me what their kids want, then I will play Santa for that.
By the way, Julie says, was Terry Hatcher's character the one who made out with Jerry during Schindler's List? No, that was actually a girl named Rachel, and I don't remember the character name was Rachel. I don't remember the actress's name, but she was very beautiful in that series. But no, that was Rachel, and that was when Jerry went to the movie to see Schindler's List, and Newman caught them making out during Schindler's List, which apparently is blasphemy in Jerry's family.
Well, I could see that. It's not the kind of movie you'd be wanting to make out.
Well, listen, at that point, Carl, Rachel, and Jerry hadn't been alone together in a long time, and they started up a bit during the coming attractions, and then before they knew, the war was over. So that's what happened during that movie. And that's a 3-hour plus movie, so that's a lot of making out for 2 people, let me tell you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's a lot of making out for 3.5 hours. Because I tried to watch Schindler's List during the Corona Miley Cyrus situation. And I watched the first hour, and I'm like, okay, can we get to the point here? Because this thing is just dragging. And then I fast forwarded to the end to the funeral scene. I'm like, okay, I've seen this movie. I'm done now. I'm done. I'm sorry. I couldn't watch all 3.5 hours of Schindler's List. I'm sorry.
No, I understand.
It didn't happen, though. I'm sorry. Michelle says, we are Star Trekking across the universe tonight. Thank you, Michelle.
Hey,
oh, my goodness. Julie says, Carl, the next time you're on a podcast, you must wear your old school Radio Shack t-shirt. We know you have it hidden somewhere within the back of your closet.
I don't have a t-shirt.
You don't have the t-shirt or the polo shirt they made you wear?
But look here, Julie.
Oh, hold on. Let me put this on full screen.
I have my Scan Cat mouse.
Oh, wow.
All right, Julie, are you seeing this?
Okay.
I hope you're seeing this, Julie.
And it has these ends, of course, which wouldn't fit into no computer anywhere. Supposedly, you'd put this on your computer, okay? And then you'd get the Radio Shack catalog, and you could scan a code that was in there, a barcode, and it would tell you more about that product and take you to that website.
That is truly amazing.
That only lasted for maybe 1 year. But I grabbed one of those scan cats. I said, yes, I'm having that.
I'm taking that one home with me. Yeah. By the way, Michelle says that her cat, Jojo, sleeps in a box upstairs, Willow. So, there you go.
Hey, they love boxes. Cats love boxes.
So we went out and bought a bunch of cat beds for all our cats, right?
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
And they never use them.
They won't sleep in them.
So basically you wasted $800.
Everybody save your money. Cats will not sleep in the cat beds that you buy, even if you sprinkle them with catnip. If you get the chicken boxes from Safeway, they love sleeping in those.
Oh wait, what are the ones at Safeway again?
The ones, the white ones.
The ones that because I was at Safeway earlier tonight. I could have bought one. Oh wait,
it might be different in the States, but we have these white chicken boxes.
Hey, Willow, try putting the cat bed inside a box.
Can you try that for me?
Win-win.
Oh, by the way, Michelle says that she has a cat that's a multi-poo type cat. Is that what it is? I don't know.
I think that's a dog.
Falcon type cat.
That's a dog that's part Maltese and part poodle.
Exactly. By the way, Julie says, I remember the repair rack in Radio Shack.
Yeah, we were talking about that while you were gone. Yeah.
What does this say? Julie says, I had a Tandy computer system. That was right after of the Atari for me. OMG.
Oh, my God.
Does anyone remember that?
Hey, Julie, I have my Tandy Zoomer.
Oh, my God. Get out of here.
Okay.
Look at this.
Opened up.
Pop it open there, Carl.
Gotta fight with it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Wow.
That is the mother of all your PDAs and smartphones right now.
Yes.
This thing kind of started it, and it was against the Apple. Apple had some crappy product. I don't know what it was. But this was one of those first personal digital assistants.
Oh my Lord.
All your smartphones are
look at the size of that thing.
Oh yeah, it's a good size. Yeah.
Got the chatter red too. Accelerate to attack speed. Sorry, that's a Star Wars reference.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
My goodness.
We need to put some batteries in that baby.
You do. By the way, Dan Holyfield chimes in. He says Pierce Brosnan's singing has to rank right up there with Jack Nicholson singing in the movie Tammy. Or Tommy. Tommy. Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, that was bad. Don't mention Tommy to me. I need another drink.
Oh, by the way, wait, hold on. Let me see.
Oh, that was horrible. Yeah.
Well, Julie says, I agree with you, Carl, about the situation regarding charities. This is why cans of food for the poor, et cetera, is a good cause.
Yeah, those administrators can't steal the cans of food. Well, they won't. Wow. They'll steal the money, but they won't steal the cans of food.
Let's see. Bill Sarton says they said the same thing about country music in the 80s, too. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
See, okay, country music definitely got better, but Reba McEntire did wonders for country music in the
80s. Reba, because she has red hair, I'll give her a pass. Okay, okay, Reba is good. Everybody else, forget it.
All right, well, here's a question for you then, Carl, regarding Reba McEntire. Have you seen her new Christmas movie on Hallmark that stars John Schneider, who played Jonathan Kent on Smallville?
No,
I've seen Schneider and other things.
I mean, John Schneider was, in the original Dukes of Hazzard series.
Yeah. I can't picture him with Reba.
Well, they did a duet together in the movie, so it's in Hallmark right now. It's a new movie.
Interesting.
So feel free to look it up, Willow. It's on there.
Okay.
By the way, Michelle says, "Oh, Ryan, you haven't met my husband, Scott. Oh, boy."
Oh,
well,
no.
Michelle, if I'm ever up near your neck of the woods and we ever do a meet and greet, I'm more than happy to meet the love of your life.
Oh.
More than happy.
That's nice.
No, she's a nice woman. She really is.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's see. I'm wondering, has anyone seen the new film House of Gucci with Lady Gaga? I must say, attention the whole time. It was the first movie I've seen in a theater in over 2 years since the Corona Miley Cyrus situation.
Wow.
I want to go watch it. I definitely want to see it.
I'm curious to see how Lady Gaga does post A Star Is Born and all the hype that surrounded her with that, which she did an incredible job. I'm not going to shy away from that. And I thought A Star Is Born was fantastic that year.
Great movie. The song, I love the song, but it's, to me, in my head, it's unfinished.
What, Shallow?
Yeah. To me, it sounds unfinished.
Well, you can always ask Lady Gaga when you start interviewing people on the red carpet, which is your next career bump, right, Willow? You're going to be interviewing people in the new year on the red carpet, right? Isn't that what you're going to be doing? You're going to be a correspondent for your local TV station, right?
I wish.
You could be, because, Willow, I think you have mad skills.
Yeah.
I think you have a great potential, and I think you have a great future in 2022. I think great things are going to happen for Carl. I think great things are going to happen for Willow. I think great things are going to happen for you who are watching this right now. You may think that this year has been, listen, we've all been through struggles. I get it. But in 2022, we're going to be like episode 6. We're going to be like the Return of the Jedi. We're going to come back. We're going to rock this thing. We're going to use the Force, and we're going to get things done. Because the more we work together as a cohesive unit, the more we raise each other up, the rising tide that raises all ships is going to benefit you who are watching this and all of us here in the studio at the end of the day. That's what we got to do.
We have been through a rough time.
We all have. Every single one of us.
There at least was one good thing that came out of this, and that is that people came to these shows. They came to the internet. People got to know each other. You know, I would not have known Willow if she hadn't done this show. I wouldn't know Ryan. You know, so, you know, good things can happen out of this. You've got to look at that and say, okay, now how do we rebuild this? And you'll know new people, and you have developed new skills, and you'll be okay.
There you go. By the way, Michelle says I still have my Radio Shack keyboard, Carl.
Oh yeah. All right.
Listen, Michelle, can you do us a favor and send us pictures through the back channels with me on Clubhouse, or send them to Carl Witzman on Facebook, because he's gonna love to see that.
Oh man.
This is how I'll listen to Willow through.
Oh my goodness! Hold on a second, Carl. Bring that up again. Let me see that.
This is one of my 2 scanners I have.
Yes. Oh, where's the other one? Is it on the other side of the studio?
Probably. It's probably
rats.
Yeah.
I like that one though. That's cool looking, by the way.
The other one's smaller than that one even.
Oh, it is smaller.
Yeah, it's even smaller. That's why I can't find it right now. It's too small.
By the way, Julie is challenging us. She says, let me see here. Carl, I think you're thinking of Johnny Depp or Edward, right? Could I beat Ryan in movie trivia? Probably not. No, you couldn't, Julie, because I'm just too smart for this town. But
you haven't seen Ed Wood, though. So
I haven't seen Ed Wood, so you could beat me in a quiz about that, because I haven't seen it yet. My bad.
Yeah, you got to get that in your queue.
See why Michelle's cool? She digs the Bee Gees. Of course she does.
When it comes to movie trivia, it really depends with Ryan, because he's a mixed bag.
I am a mixed bag. I've seen 50 movies, but then I've seen 200 other movies that I haven't seen. So you could beat me on any given day. By the way, Michelle says, I still say this when I go to the mall. Where's my car? You know where my car is? Because I don't know where my car is.
Dude, where's my car?
Oh, that's a horrible...
It is bad.
That is one of the biggest... That's a grievance. Let's bring up grievances.
Yeah, okay. Grievance. Okay, there you go. We got him going now.
Hey, Willow, I got a story for you. I got a story for Willow, and I got a story for Carl. You're going to love this story. So 2 things. One, I saw Dude, Where's My Car on cable one time, and I thought this is one of the biggest pieces of garbage I've ever seen in my life. But yet people still love it. I don't know why. And then point number 2, the first movie I ever walked out of in a movie theater, I hardly ever do this. Normally I stick to the end because I want to watch my movie so I can give a full review to my millions of fans watching at home. Even though I don't have millions yet, but I'm getting there. So I went to the movies about 15 years ago. We saw a little indie film called Good Luck Chuck with Dane Cook and Jessica Alba. And let me tell you, halfway through that movie, my aunt and I are looking at each other and we're like, what the frack did we just sign up for?
Yeah.
We spent $8.50 on this piece of crap. We got up out of our chairs. We looked each other dead in our beady little eyes and we said, we're walking out. I've never done this before in my entire career, but I can't watch this dumpster fire any longer. And we walked out.
We picked a good movie to walk out on. That was,
We picked one heck of a movie to walk out of in the year 2000. I want to say it was 2005, 2006. Yeah. It was one or the other. Someone wants to Google the movie release dates like Scott Mance. Let us know in the chat. Because Willow...
Dane Cook wasn't funny at all. Isn't funny at all.
The only time... Listen, Willow, the only time I ever found, what's his name, Dane Cook funny was when he was spoofing Tom Cruise's relationship with Katie Holmes on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. So he came to the show one night. He was a guest of the Jimmy Kimmel show, and he jumped on stage, and he was like, yeah, he was like pounding the ground like Tom was after he jumped on Oprah's couch, and he was saying that he fell in love recently, and Jimmy Kimmel's like, who'd you fall in love with? Well, you know, she doesn't want me to say it, but Katie Holmes. I'll be home soon, Katie. And I'm like, okay, Dane Cook, I don't like you. Probably never will. But I liked how you're spoofing Tom Cruise's relationship with Katie Holmes, and you're spoofing the fact that Tom Cruise went a little, you know, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and jumped on Oprah's couch that one time. That's when I actually liked Dane Cook, Willow. After that, I didn't care for what that guy did. I didn't care.
Will Ferrell is another one that I don't understand.
I don't get
why
his humor
like.
either. I don't get it. Carl, do you understand Will Ferrell's career?
Oh, I don't like Will Ferrell at all.
I liked him on SNL for a certain amount of time, but after that, I was like, I don't care.
It depends on who he's teamed up with. Like.
What about Celebrity Jeopardy? I mean, he was good as Alex Trebek.
No.
Oh, Carl doesn't seem to agree. That's fine.
No. Will Ferrell could leave the planet with the aliens, and I'd be happy. I'd be like, take him. Go. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this about Bill Sarton. Bill Sarton says, remember where they parked as a Star Trek 4 quote when they parked the cloaked bird of prey in a San Francisco park?
Yep.
Okay. I think I remember that now. And
remember
when they went to the pizza parlor with that woman, and the woman kept asking Kirk, who are you? Where are you from? And then Kirk's like, should I tell her the truth? Is she going to believe me? I don't know. Julie says, Ryan, you never saw the film Mannequin? Shame on you. Well, listen, I never knew what Mannequin was until tonight, okay? I didn't know what Mannequin was. So.
A mannequin comes to life.
A mannequin does come to life.
Hilarity ensues. That's it. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Well. By the way, who's the mannequin in the movie, though?
Kim Cattrall.
Oh, it is Kim Cattrall. Okay, so she's the female lead in the movie. Okay. A very young Kim Cattrall, we might add. I'm assuming, right? Because that was the early part of her career.
She wasn't as good there as she was in Porky's, so that tells you.
No, she was in that movie that shall not be named. Okay. Wow.
Just saying.
By the way, Jody McPhee says, laughing my behind off. Thanks, Ryan. The theme of the Great Space Coaster after your rendition of Star Trek. And yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I do have a karaoke voice, so if you want me to sing for you, Julie, Michelle, I can sing for you in the style of karaoke. So, just ask. Man, so many funny comments tonight. I'm loving this.
Starboard bow. Klingons on the starboard bow. Wipe them off, Jim.
By the way, does your portable scanner still work, Carl? Michelle's asking.
I don't know that the ScanCat still works because there's no computer that allows that plug-in, but my Zoomer, my PDA still works. I need.
By the way, has anyone ever seen an 8-track? They're my dad's first Cadillac. I had an 8-track and I listened to the Muppets on it. Oh my God, Julie!
Wow! Wow!
I remember realizing that the first time I've ever started to hate Christmas music was when in my first foster home they started playing "Do You See What I See?"
Or Muppets on the 8-track.
On the 8-track, yeah. They played it repetitively, and I'm just like.
By the way, Julie says this will make everyone in the studio laugh. My first job ever was working for the New York Yankees as their CFO and controller of the time.
Ooh.
Everyone always told me I had George Costanza's job.
Ooh,
like Seinfeld. Okay, I like that. By the way, Michelle has a New Year's resolution. In the year 2022, I'm coming to both Maryland as well as Florida to visit Ryan and other friends of ours.
Cool.
Well, guess what, Michelle? We have a number of our friends at the HWS Web TV studio that live in Florida. We should pay them a visit, right? We can stay at the new house that they got down. We should stay at the new house they got down there. We should go to a few conventions together. Maybe set up shop and have a booth, and interview some people when they're coming down coming down the convention halls. Why don't we do that, Willow?
There you go.
Would you like to interview people, Willow, if you were given an opportunity?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know who this is, but Bill says, I can't bash all the Hallmark movies this year because my friend Dan Most is going to be starring in one. Yes. Ralph Malph is in a Hallmark Christmas film. Okay. Yeah. Good on your friend. Cool. He got a job and he got a big fat paycheck because of it. I wish Willow and I could get paychecks from Hallmark movies.
I shall try my best.
Willow, you can get a really good paycheck if you start in all the Hallmark movies filmed near your house.
I'm wondering how Willow has avoided being like an accidental extra in one of them.
Yeah.
I don't go downtown.
You should go downtown. You mean downtown? You mean the Petula Clark song? Yeah. You know, Willow, things will be great when you're downtown.
I picture watching a movie, on TV, and then seeing this woman fall on her face in the background.
Julie says I quit watching Star Trek films after The Wrath of Khan because it freaked me out that they had those little insects in the back of their ears.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah,
that was some creepy stuff, wasn't it? By the way, Julie says a week and a half is like 10 years for celebrities, Ryan, when it comes to your marriage and I. Okay, well, hey, listen, we made it a week and a half, Julie. We can make it another 10 years. I don't know. We'll see how our marriage goes. It's our story is currently being written, so. Man, so many things about music and this and music and that. Oh, when is it going to end? Yeah. Let me see. I'm a girl who had a cat, not a cat woman. Let's be clear, Julie. Okay. Well, whatever you say, my friend. Whatever you say. Let's see. Michelle says, I walked out of Bobcat Goldthwait live show because of his horrible language that he used. Okay.
Interesting.
Like, it wasn't English?
I don't think I've ever really heard him do stand-up.
It was inappropriate language that Michelle was
okay.
That's what she means by I walked out because of the language.
Although it shocked me to know that the voice he uses through Police Academy, it wasn't his real voice.
No,
yeah, that's right.
Not at all. No.
Does anyone remember that? Yeah, that was not his real voice.
No.
Oh my goodness, people are asking each other weird questions in this chat, and I don't mind it, but I love it. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're alive.
I've seen Crazy Summers. I've seen Will Ferrell do this, and then blah blah blah. And then Joe says, "Why can't you get a PS2 to USB adapter for the Scan Cat?" I don't know why.
Because why would I use it now? Because the Radio Shack catalog isn't around anymore. So
I don't know.
It's just a keepsake. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Julie says, "Oh my gosh, Michelle, now I know what movie you're talking about with John Cusack. How about Better Off Dead?" I have seen Better Off Dead.
Oh.
I have seen Better Off Dead. So if you want to test me on a bit of knowledge about that film, I probably know a thing or two. Willow, just go that way, really fast. And if something gets in your way, turn. I mean, that's the most that's the most basic yet most important piece of advice I think I've ever received in a movie. You just go this way really fast, but if something gets in your way, turn. That's all you got to do, Willow. Man, so many things about movies. Oh my goodness. People are talking about TV series.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Ivy says this is a true story. The Hallmark movies are filmed in Winnipeg, pay extremely well, even for non-union extras, Willow.
Ooh, there you go.
Whoa, listen, we get paid $16 to $20 Canadian / an hour.
Well,
wow.
if I can make that a full-time job, then I'll definitely sign up for all the Hallmark movies.
Willow, you're gonna make up to $20 an hour Canadian. That's some serious money.
Okay, Miss Schuyler. Now you're in this scene. You're gonna play the Starbucks lady, okay?
I can do that.
And action.
Michelle
no,
says
sir, you cannot have a no foam cappuccino. No foam cappuccinos do not exist.
Yeah, Michelle's saying, Carl, does your battery still work on your big screen PDA thing?
Yeah, I need to get some special batteries for it, but yeah, it still works.
She was asking if it still works to the best of your knowledge, which clearly it does.
Yes.
Let's see. Julie says, well, boys and girls, I think I got to leave the studio for now because I'm going to watch one of Ryan's favorite type of movies, a Hallmark movie, most likely. Yeah. Julie, that is my favorite movies. I love Hallmark.
Watch it in spite.
Yeah, watch it in spite of me hating on some Hallmark. Even though, I'll be honest with you, Julie, I have seen my fair share of Hallmark movies. Because I know a certain actress who has been featured in said movies, such as Erin Cahill, who played the Pink Ranger on Power Rangers Time Force when I was a wee lad. So I got respect for Erin Cahill. I've seen her films on Hallmark. Most, not all of them, but yeah. Anyway, enjoy your Hallmark movies there, Julie, and thanks for being with us on tonight's broadcast of Grievences and then memories of the 1970s and 80s that we have no idea what we're talking about. Julie says, Carl, what's your rule about Hallmark movies? The three of you got to take the show on. We've got to take this show on the road, Willow.
Yeah, there you go. We could go on the road.
Can we do that?
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun.
I'm not into Hallmark movies. Sorry.
No.
You know what? Okay, I used to say that I hated romance movies, But then, of course, I liked all of Meg Ryan's movies, so that's a complete
Yeah.
lie.
Oh, Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan is great.
Julie says
Meg
until
and
the next set of
Tom
grievances.
Hanks are great. Yeah.
Bill Sarton says, I used Broadcastify for a scanner on my smartphone, but most police frequencies are encrypted now, which renders it completely useless, Carl.
I can still listen to ambulances. I can still listen to fires. I can still listen to the drive up. So I'm okay.
Well, don't let the officials know that. Let's see here. Julie says, I'm still concerned about the aluminum pole for tonight's Festivus for Arrestivus.
The poll that's on my YouTube channel right now is, should there be a limit on alcohol consumption during family gatherings? Right now, it's at 55% yes, 45% no.
Really? Okay. Oh, wait. The question is, should alcohol be limited?
Should alcohol be limited at family gatherings?
Okay, and 55% say yes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not surprised. By the way, Michelle says, love you to the moon and back, Alice. Love you to the moon and back, Jules. Jules, you're a special person. Don't ever change. And by the way, to you who are watching this right now, I'm speaking to you. Yes, you who are watching this. Never apologize for being awesome. I can't take credit for that saying because that belongs to BKM, who owns the copyrights to that phrase. But you who are watching this, never apologize for being awesome. And 2022 is going to be your year. I can feel it. I can
the year of the tiger. So whoever is.
Oh, really? Do we know it's the Chinese New Year of the Tiger?
Yes.
Oh, guess what? At Towson, my university I just graduated from, we do call ourselves the Towson Tigers. So I guess this is my year after all, maybe?
There you go, maybe.
So I just graduated from college, and now I'm going out into the adult world and trying to get a job and make millions of dollars and pay off my bills. And I don't know, maybe get a new phone for myself, maybe get a new phone for Willow. I mean,
there you go, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if I earn the big bucks at my new job, I could buy Willow a new phone. I'll have to send it over Canadian, so that'll cost me extra in shipping. But, hey.
Costs more
Willow, if you need to pay some extra shipping fees, all you got to do is just ask.
Hey, I could use a new iPhone.
I mean, Julie and Michelle are having a girl-mance here. She says, to infinity and beyond, my love, Michelle. There you go, Julie.
I only have one camera lens on my phone. So, yeah, I definitely need an upgrade.
Ouch. Wow. By the way, sorry, Ryan. I'm your wifey's bestie. Where she goes, I go, except I'm not leaving this party just yet. Well, that's good, Michelle, because you're one of our most loyal viewers right now. We love you all more for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Julie says, Michelle, I'm leaving you on your own with these crazy people. May the force be with you, Ryan. I am Jewish, and I will refuse to see Schindler's List. That's fine. I don't care for the movie either. Why should I set myself up for another therapy session?
Yeah, that's
Julie,
true.
we're not going to see Schindler's List. Don't worry about it. We don't have to watch it. We can watch whatever you want to watch.
Yeah.
I'm never sorry for my awesomeness self. That's good, Michelle. God. I am loving this. I'm telling you, the chat rooms in these shows is getting more and more interactive by the day, and we appreciate all of it. We really do.
Great.
Not just Willow's Pillow Talk, but the Nerd Culture channel, Carl's channel, all the shows they got on Rising Tide.
Well, I appreciate you, Ryan, for bringing all your friends. This is awesome.
Listen, this is the beauty of going on Clubhouse every other day. You meet and by the way, I met so many new people this week through Clubhouse. And now they're some of they're good friends. I like them.
Cool.
And someone was on Clubhouse the other day, and they weren't aware of something known as Canva, which is a program you can use to do marketing and promotions. And that's what we use for our podcast. And I said to this young man, I said, hey, Deshaun, are you familiar with Canva? And he says to me, actually, no, I never heard of it. What is it? I said, well, it's your ticket to the big time, my friend, because when you go online and you set up your email account, it's free. And they got all these free templates that you can use for, your album covers or your market. Because he's a musician. So he's looking for stuff to put his albums together. And I said, listen, go on Canva because they have so many templates that you can use to customize what you want your album cover or what your marketing materials to look like.
Yeah. I used Canva just recently to do a book cover.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's even
because we use Lulu for publishing our books, and Lulu.com, folks, look us up.
Yes.
And I used Canva to do the book cover.
Yeah. So I suggested to him the other day, and then I asked him again today. I said, hey, it's I'm just curious. Have you started using Canva yet? Did you jump on there? And he's like, yeah, man, I went on there. I saw some stuff. I said, all right, we'll just play around with it. Pick and choose what you want. You can customize it how you will, and just be the best creative artist that you can be. Just go ahead and do your thing, man. He's a recording artist, so good on him.
Yeah.
You go get him, Deshaun. You go get him.
Gesundheit, Willow.
Exactly. Yeah, Willow's got too many going on in the studio. Julie says, Carl, the dog ate your T-shirt, then or your wife made you throw it away because you had it.
Not the current wife wouldn't make me throw it away.
No.
Let's see.
Julie says, Carl, I am absolutely salivating over that beautiful scanner of yours. And what did you have to do to get that exactly?
The scanner?
Manager? Yeah.
I just was working at Radio Shack and got my employee discount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Bill agrees with your poll, Willow. He says, I think families should absolutely be restricted with alcohol at alcoholic gatherings.
At alcoholic gatherings. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I go with that.
Let's see here. Julie says, Willow, you are absolutely correct about spending money on, or spending any kind of money on a cat bed, not just a bed. They prefer what they prefer, which is never what you buy them.
Yeah.
So watch out for your cats.
I have a friend who's been bemoaning that she bought all these cat toys for her cat, and the cat would rather play with the toilet roll.
Oh my God,
the cardboard roll that's left over.
Yeah, the cardboard roll. Yeah.
Embarrasses her if someone comes over to her house and the cat's playing with the toilet roll. And I'm like, just go with it.
Just go. Yeah,
just
exactly.
leave the cat alone.
When those things come up, just throw them in recycling, please. Anyway, Michelle says this morning's after party on Clubhouse was awesome, right? Well, you're welcome, Michelle. It was a fun time on Clubhouse this morning. It was. We did an after party because we had discussion the night before, and then everybody was getting up in the morning, getting ready to go. And we were just spitballing stuff and all that jazz. And I was like, yeah, guys, before I jumped on here, I was in the middle of watching Rogue One, so yeah, it was good stuff. Julie says, Carl, don't tempt me with those electronics, boy. Oh my man, Julie is getting she's getting a little hot under the collar.
Hey, it's not only electronics, but I mean, it's things that I do with those electronics that, make things special,
Ooh. I remember that movie, Carl. Yeah. I remember that, Carl. Gee whiz. Julie says, I can't ever get off this stream of yours. You guys just keep filling my head with knowledge and just random laughs at the most random times. Listen,
well, we're doing our job then.
Julie, if you friend Willow Schuyler and Carl Witzman, they're never going to stop. And they will be some of your bestest friends because I think Willow is a nice person. I think Carl is a great person. I think Carl is one of the most supportive people I've ever met because he takes screenshots of my ugly face and he pastes them all over Facebook. And then Julie, and this is for you, Michelle, who are watching in the chat. You need to friend me on Facebook because Carl, when he's done doing his magic, he tags me in the posts. And then they end up on my page respectively, right, Carl?
Yep.
So when you go on my page, you can see my ugly mug when I react to certain things that happen during the course of my interviews.
The greatest one was
Kelly Gettner.
Well, between Kelly and Keisha
It was a Crayley, right? It was Crayley and Kelly.
Crayley and Kelly had you like, what do I do now? What do I say?
I know, I was flabbergasted by what Kelly said.
The looks on your face were like, wow, okay, now what do I say? And then Keisha Acuff had you going as well.
Oh my Lord, have mercy! The Keisha Acuff episode got so many weird reactions from me. I was
yeah.
Which reminds me, Julie, Michelle, you got to go back and watch those episodes because Carl put some screenshots on my Facebook. It's too much.
I'll have to rewatch the Keisha one because
you should because the Keisha one went off the. And by the way, Willow, fun fact about Keisha. Her internet cut out like 4 or 5 times during the night.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding. Like she kept cutting out a couple, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, I had to keep BSing the chat. I was like, ladies and gentlemen, we were having technical difficulties here
but
in the studio.
You do it so well. Like you know how to keep the conversation going.
I do, and this is the reason why I'm happy that I uploaded new videos to our our video part of our StreamYard recently because I said to the studio, I said, listen, if I'm going to BS the rest of the year, I need videos to play while I'm BSing my way through. And then Jody McPhee comes up to me and he says, hey, I just want to say that what you did for Brian when you were the guest host of Nevermind the Furthermore, it's not too shabby, man. You may want to consider doing it again because you read off the comments, not too shabby. And I'm like, really? Because for me, BKM makes it look like an art form where I'm just trying to keep up.
Yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes.
It's really hard to read off the comments, Willow, when you're doing it by yourself. I said this as much to the backstage area, and Joe's like, no, I think you did fine, man. You should consider doing it again.
Yeah, because
Well,
if you're
thanks,
not
Joe.
if you're not careful, it can turn into a real
Ooh,
train.
jeez, that video is gonna.
Yeah, I can.
I need
it
to
can be a little
upload that video to
train
my set
wreck.
because I feel like most of my shows are about to be derailed because of sports updates from people like Willow and Thomas and who's the other guy who was on with us? Willow, Rocky was on there with us, and then who was the other guy? It was Thomas and
Thomas, yeah.
yeah,
A
Thomas,
lady.
Rocky.
There was a
and-
lady on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was it again?
There was a
Willow.
lady.
Who was the other competitor? Why am I blanking on this person's name? Why am I blanking? This is gonna
I know.
kill
I
me.
should
Oh,
know her too.
Rose.
It was Rose. It was
Rose.
Rose. We love Rosemary Rose, but jeez. Sports updates with that woman. Well, maybe not so much with Rose, but with other people in the studio, it was Chatty Cathy. Michelle says, Ryan, are you watching Rogue One again? No, I'm not, because I finished watching it earlier today before we did the after party, or after we did the after party.
Oh, okay.
People are asking me about that all the time. Let me see. Bill Sarton says, Rogue One, The Voyage Home. Yeah, that was a great movie until they blew up the home. I mean,
Yep.
you know,
Ooh,
that was...
okay.
Now, don't pick a favorite character in that movie.
I don't think you should
giving you a
because,
warning.
well, listen, unless they do the crossover in the other movie that came out in 1985 where he says, Silence, Earthling, my name is Darth Vader. I'm an extraterrestrial from the planet Vulcan. That was in Back to the Future.
Wow.
When Marty put on his outfit and he was convincing his dad to ask Lorraine out to the dance. And guess what tape he was using? The late, great Eddie Van Halen. Remember he popped that tape into his cassette player and he boomed it so loud that George woke up and he looks at his magazine. He's like, the guy on my magazine is the same person who's in front of me right now. Hey, George, you weren't in school. What have you been doing all day? I overslept. Look, I need your help, Willow. I got to ask Lorraine out, but I don't know how to do it. All right, keep your pants on. She's over in the cafe. There are so many in-jokes in that movie that are so perfect and spot on, Carl, that it's insane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great.
I mean, which reminds me, Carl, I haven't seen a movie that starred the President of the United States from 1985. I haven't seen a Ronald Reagan movie yet.
You're probably not missing a whole lot.
I'm not missing a whole lot?
Probably not. No.
Okay. I just thought about watching one because they referenced it so much in the 50s. Didn't he do a movie with the Cattle Queen with him and Barbara Stanwyck or something like that? I gotta look that up.
Probably. Yeah, I seem to remember that.
Yeah, I might want to look up those Ronald Reagan.
Most of the time, at the time, we would just like, okay, what's on the other channel? Click, click, click.
Don't you mean click this, click that? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, here's a good question for everybody, and as well as you who are watching this in the comfort of your own home. This may not be a grievance. This is more of a celebration of things. But what's your favorite black and white movie?
Ooh, it would have to be.
I know what my favorite black and white movie is.
It would have to be a Hitchcock movie.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
It would either be. It wouldn't probably be Psycho though.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Would it be Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious?
Notorious was great. I'd probably say North by Northwest.
I thought that was color.
Was it in color?
I think North by Northwest was in color.
It was color. Okay, then I'll have to say 39 Steps.
Ooh, I haven't seen that yet.
Ooh, the 39 Steps with the Robert Dunant.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to look
I
this
think
one up.
I think they remade it later.
Yeah.
And it was not as good. So
it was not as good. By the way, Michelle says BTTF Ronald Reagan, the actor. Who's vice president? Jerry Lewis. I suppose Jane Wyman is the first lady, and then Jack Benny is Secretary of the Treasury. which, by the way, if that happened in 1985, I would have been cool with that. But anyway,
yeah.
My favorite black and white movie. It's so tough because there are a couple out there that I really, really enjoy. Especially most recently when I've been watching a lot of, I've been going back into the Wayback Machine and watching all these historical films that are really big deals. I mean, Creature from the Black Lagoon is up there.
Ooh.
I think Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of the best black and white movies that's ever been made in the history of cinema, and not just for horror cinema. But if I had to pick a favorite black and white movie, I just got to go with it because we talked about it earlier. I got to go with Casablanca. It's so good, and it's endlessly rewatchable, and you pick up little things here and there every time you watch it. Plus, when you hear Claude Rains saying that you're shocked that there's been gambling at this establishment, and then they hand him his winnings at the end of that scene, and I'm like, round out the usual suspects. You get so many quotable lines of dialogue in that movie, and then you get the best one, Louis. I think that's the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I mean, it's just
Mm-hmm.
I got to go with Casablanca. It's either Casablanca or Notorious or Creature in the Black Lagoon. What say you, Willow?
Yeah, I kind of like the original Sabrina. Audrey Hepburn.
Ooh, yeah.
Sabrina, that's a throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Carl? You have a favorite black and white movie that stands out to you?
I'm just going to say 39 Steps.
Okay, 39 Steps from Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dan Hollyfield, our good friend Dan Hollyfield, says favorite black and white movie would either be the original Thing from Another World or the whole series of The Thin Man.
Oh, The Thin Man. Yes, very good.
Which, by the way, full disclosure, I have never seen The Thin Man movie.
Oh my gosh! If you see The Thin Man, okay, that is Donna and I.
That's you.
We see ourselves as Nick and Nora Charles.
Okay,
Yes.
so I have to look up The Thin Man, and then I got to look up Thing from Another World because I haven't seen that version either.
In one of the Thin Man movies, his wife is looking for him and can't find him anywhere, and the maid starts shaking a martini.
Really?
And all the way across New York, he's gone, wait a minute, I think we need to go home.
That's good stuff. Oh, by the way, Donna Carlene says the Thin Man series you got to watch for sure. And then Bill Sarton says my favorite Ronald Reagan movie is a tie between the Santa Fe Trail and Newton Rockney All American, both based on true stories, as a matter of fact.
You don't know that because Newt Rockney was a football player.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much about sports because, as Willow found out during Battle of the Nerds last week, I don't sports, Willow.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Dan Hollyfield says Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist is also Lindsay and I.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Or Nick and Nora from the Thin Man series, excuse me. That's what you meant. Or that's what Dan meant. I'm sorry. By the way, has anyone ever seen a film called Soylent Green?
Oh, yes.
I never heard of this. Is this any good?
Oh, Charlton Heston.
Oh, Charlton Heston.
Oh, yeah.
From
yeah.
He was in Planet of the Apes, right?
Yes.
And the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, Soylent Green is a classic. You have to see it at least once.
Okay, Soylent. I've seen Ten Commandments. I've seen Planet of the Apes, but I have not seen Soylent Green.
Well, I keep hearing references to Soylent Green being taken coming up next month.
Oh, really?
2022 is.
Oh yeah,
Soylent
when
Green
it happened. Yeah.
Is it the anniversary?
Yeah. Soylent Green is a food substance in the future.
Oh God.
Which is in 2020, according to this particular film. Okay, and it's not a good food substance, but oddly enough, there's actually a product now made called Soylent Green, which is like, why would you name your product this? I mean, after the bad rap, but okay, yeah. Don't spoil it, Michelle. Oh, she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Spoilers.
Maybe Ryan will miss that. Oh well, this has been fun, Willow.
Yeah. Any other grievances that?
I don't have any more on my list other than I left one of my cigars downstairs. I didn't get it.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, other than family driving me nuts, I don't really have any. Okay, actually, the word Pacific is an ocean. Can we stop using that in place of specific, please?
Yeah. Yes.
And the word especially does not have an X in it. Can we stop?
Oh, it's not like espresso coffee.
That's another thing. Oh,
I'm sure you get that a lot.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I caught my sister. I heard my sister was saying something yesterday, and she said Pacific instead of specific. I'm just like, seriously? Did I just hear my sister say that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, after 10 years, I finally got my brother to say "you" apostrophe "re" instead of the "your" that something belongs to you. So it took me 10 years, but he's finally learned that one. So I'm like, okay, cool, good. I've gotten something good out of life. I've done something.
Yeah, sorry, Michelle. Some of us can't hold in our commercial breaks for very long. So when you got to take a break, which means commercial break in my room, you got to take a commercial break. So I had to take a break, pay some sponsorships, I'm back now.
Is
But
that
I will
what you-
say this.
Is that what you
I
call
will
it?
say,
Okay.
yeah, everyone's got to take a commercial break sometime, Carl.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Yeah, I'm back now, so everyone's problems are solved because Ryan's here. But let's see. I'm trying to think if I'm missing any grievances. I mean, there are some things I could grieve about, but at the same time, some of those things I've discussed with very few people behind closed doors. So I don't want to air out all the dirty laundry, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll just say this. One thing I'm thankful for, which is the complete opposite of a grievance, Willow. I'm thankful for the great year that a lot of people have had, whether it's here in this circle of friends that we know or outside of this circle, because so many people have started a podcast because of the situation that we're currently with coronavirus thing. And so many people have succeeded that I'm happy for them. Our channel has grown by leaps and bounds during these last 2 years. I mean, we're booking more and more guests for my show on And I Quote every week. I'm booked until April next year, which I am very excited about. And we got some Nelly. We got some interesting guest stars coming to the End I Quote set. And then we're going to do some more watch-alongs. We're going to get more people involved in that. We're going to hopefully do Battle of the Nerds with no sports updates ever again. That is my New Year's resolution, is to have a Battle of the Nerds where there are no sports updates of any kind. When Ryan's hosting, when I'm hosting the show, there are no sports updates. If I'm competing in the show, you can bring up maybe one or two, but after one or two, get off my set. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow. He's going to hold that.
Seriously, this year has been a boom, and I got to say this, though. I love networking with other people. I love networking. I love collaborating. I think this year has been a blast of collaborations, Carl. I think collaborating with as many people as all three of us have collaborated with, it's only going to get bigger and better in 2022. I can just feel it, because the lineup I got a guest on And I Quote is just so good. It's so crazy. And then, we're hopefully going to be going to conventions again. We're going to get B-roll footage. We're going to interview some vendors. We're going to put them in the spotlight. I mean, I don't know. I could be interviewing some really big fish in the summertime of 2022. Stay tuned. More details are coming on the Nerd Culture YouTube channel. But I'll just say this. 2022, I think, is going to be great for all of us, not just me. I think it's going to be great. And for those of you who are watching this in the chat, your year is going to be great, too. I think things are going to happen. And when they do happen, we're going to stand up and cheer for you. That's what we're going to do. We're going to clap. We're going to cheer. We're going to holler. We're going to get some Jack Daniels over here if you drink that sort of stuff. Carl will bring the beverages. Willow will bring the cupcakes and the chocolate. I mean, I'll bring the pop and circumstance with the music and my golden throat of a voice. I mean, it's just, it's coming, Willow. I can feel it. HWS Web TV is going to move into the stratosphere. I have a feeling the Rising Tide Broadcast Network is going to move up in the stratosphere. I can just feel it. I'm telling you, the more I see the schedule for next year, the more excited I get.
Cool.
That's all I got to say. I can't say who's I will say this, though. There are some people out there who I'm interviewing that are awesome and very creative. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us. I cannot wait.
I'm looking forward.
I'm kind of curious. Do you have any New Year's resolutions in regards to your channel, or what do you want to see?
You know what? I just keep doing my show. Like I'm gonna try to do a show every week.
There you go.
And
weekly shows. Don't take these 2.5 to 3 month hiatuses and have Carl and I bringing up the rear and being like, "Yo, Willow, get your show back in gear, girl," because otherwise Carl and I are gonna come up there and we're gonna derail this shit.
I definitely want to bring more in-depth conversations. One of the conversations I definitely want to touch on in the future is the correlation between the foster care system and comic books.
Interesting.
So,
fascinating.
So I mean, like being a being the product of foster care, I know there's a lot of superheroes that had gone through the system themselves. So I'd like to touch on that.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for that, Willow. Yeah. I'm excited for you to get back out there at conventions. Bring out your Elvira cosplay. Maybe make
I
think Cassandra Peterson is waiting in the wings to see you and give you the biggest hug that she has ever given to a fan in the world, because you're going to be interviewing Elvira next year. That's what's going to happen.
I hope so.
You're going to do it, Willow. You love this character so much, and she, to a certain degree, I think she gets that. But when you show up in your cosplay and you go up to her booth and you stick that mic, you're like, "Yo, I love you. I want to talk to you. Let's have a conversation." She is going to say yes. She's going to say yes because you're going to make her an offer she can't refuse.
Or she's going to say, "Get away from me, you nut."
No, she won't. She won't. Willow, you're going to be interviewing some big names next year. I think you're going to be interviewing some really big fish out there. I mean, Nerd Culture and I, we're going to be doing the same thing, but you're going to be doing it too.
Well, much appreciated.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to interview Elvira. You're going to interview a few people from Supernatural. You're going to have a chance to sit in Baby again, the car of Supernatural. You're going to be able to do all that stuff and more. I guarantee it. Who knows? Maybe you'll bump into some members of the cast that are still alive from the 1966 Batman series. You never know. Anything's possible, Willow. You got to remember that. And by the way, I learned this through a motivational video I watched on YouTube, because YouTube is great for finding things like motivational videos, because there's a lot of them on there. I'll be perfectly honest with you, Carl. It's a true story. But one thing I picked up from one of these videos is Les Brown. Les Brown is a great motivational speaker. And he said, when the dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. Because you got this. Nothing can stop you. So keep that in mind, Willow, as you go into 2022. When your dreams are big enough, the odds don't matter. Because you're going to get there.
Thank you very much, Ryan. So what do you guys okay, so yeah, Ryan, you did your hope for the future. Carl, what do you think 2022 will bring?
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen on that little indie show you got called the Ted and Carl Cigar Show? You know, or stuff
Well,
like that.
we're going to take a break right now because we've run out of topics, and we're going to see what our fan base wants to see. So we're kind of leaving it in there. 14 or 15, maybe.
No, 14 or 15 million, you mean? That's a lot of fans, Carl.
We actually have a couple hundred people watch, actually.
That's awesome. Congratulations on that, by the way.
I can't believe it. I'm like, why are they watching this? But okay. Yeah, we have the little cigar show where we talk about various topics about them. As opposed to how most people do them, they just sit there and smoke one cigar and rate it, you know. Oh, this one tastes oaky. And you know, and we might say that, but we also talk about things like gifts for cigar smokers and things like that, how they are manufactured, the art on the boxes and on the bands. So we're kind of trying to develop something a little different than most people do. Yeah. And people like our personalities for some odd reason.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how that works. It is listen, weird. You're doing something right because you're getting millions and millions of people tuning in every single week, and that's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. You should be proud of that. And by the way, I may not, smoke any cigars or drink, a bottle of whiskey or whatever, but you know what? Somebody out there does, and that's a topic that can relate to a certain individual, and you're catering to a certain audience. It's a very unique audience.
Well, yes, that too, and then we have a little humor group, which is a bizarre group,
a very dark place that nobody wants to be in, especially me. Because Carl, you warned me 6 weeks ago. You were like, Ryan, this is not your typical green room. Okay, this is like NC-17 times a billion. So you do not want to be anywhere near this. And I said to Carl, don't ever add me to that green room.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the most part, and for up to this point in the year, Carl has honored my request.
Yes.
So thankful.
Well, there's a humor group, and then there's the green room that's a part of that humor group.
Yes.
See? And it's the worst part of that
humor group. And that's why Carl has honored my request by not putting me.
You guys are out of the dark web. We're the ones that creep people out of the dark.
Yes.
Yeah. To answer the question,
but it's been amazing to me that 300 some people have joined that group. I mean, I thought maybe 50 would. 300 some. Jeez.
Well,
Willow show, the one you're watching right now.
Willow, can you describe it for the new ones out there that are watching this or wondering, well, who is Willow Schuyler? What is it that she does for a living?
Yeah.
This is Willow's Pillow Talk, but I also do another show called Cryptid Crunch for the back of the cereal box.
Speaking of which, Dan Hollyfield just gave you a shout out.
Yes.
Thank you so very much. You know what? I would love to have another co-host join us. We lost JD, unfortunately. He got kidnapped or something. I don't know. I haven't seen him for a while. So we're definitely in need of another co-host, someone who believes in cryptids, or maybe you're not too sure like me, but is curious. Hey, I could be like Mulder. I want to believe.
Well, check out Donna.
Okay.
My wife Donna. She probably would be interested, especially on ghost shows.
All right.
Ooh,
well,
yes.
You may want to get in touch with Donna Carlene off camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to volunteer her because she's in the chat right now. She'll kill me.
She is.
But yeah, she would probably be good for that.
You're a busy person, Willow. You do Willow's Pillow Talk when you're not on 3-month hiatus. You do Cryptic Crunch every other week, which is a bi-weekly show, respectively, on the Back of the Cereal Box Podcast Network, which you can find on YouTube and Facebook and all that. And speaking of Back of the Cereal Box, I need to bring this up. Willow, I'm sorry I don't have the graphic here in the studio for you to show the millions and millions of people watching this right now. But I want to get this out of the way because this needs to be said. Coming up on January the 21st to the 23rd, and I did advertise this on episodes of And I Quote. You can find the graphic. It's there. It's towards the end of the show. When we do the plugs, you can find it there. Kelly Gettner and her team are doing something called the Multiverse Fundraiser. That's coming up on January the 21st to the 23rd of 2022, the year of our Lord. And it's going to be a fundraiser where the money is going to go to the Valerie Perrine Project. Now, Valerie Perrine played Miss Tessmacher in the Christopher Reeve Superman films. And she's going through a lot of health struggles right now. And we're going to raise money. And we're going to try to help her as well as her charity the best way we know how. So we're going to have panels. We're going to have raffles. We're going to have special events being held all weekend long. And by the way, this is a free virtual convention that you can attend from the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
So look up the Multiverse Fundraiser. Yeah. It's on the Facebook page. It's on the Back of the Cereal Box Podcast Network. Kelly Gettner is going to be doing it as well as a host of other people. We got special guest known as Noah Wiley is going to be joining us from ER and the Librarians, as well as Falling Skies. You got Sarah Douglas, who played Ursa in Superman 2, who's going to be joining us there. Also, you got Anthony Rapp from Star Trek. I believe it's Star Trek Discovery, if I'm saying that right. Anthony Rapp is going to be in the house. He was in a classic 80s film called Adventures in Babysitting. Yeah, that's right. Adventures in Babysitting is a real thing, and it's a great film. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor. Treat yourself. And also, Camille Mitchell, who played the character, I believe it's Sheriff Adams, I want to say. She played the sheriff on Smallville, the greatest TV comic book series of all time. Yeah, that's right. It's way better than 66 Batman. That's a fact. So she's going to be in the house. So you got all these wonderful people that are going to be doing panels all weekend, and we're going to be raising money for a great cause. So you need to do yourselves a favor. Like the page, follow it, look out Back at the Cereal Box Podcast Network on Facebook and YouTube and all that jazz.
Okay, there's the website for the Multiverse Fundraiser.
Thank you. See, someone is doing the plugging for me, and guess what? I don't even have to pay a dime for this sponsor.
Nice.
So check it out. It's coming up January 21st to the 23rd. It's going to be a Friday through Sunday affair. I'm going to be there. I'm actually going to be hosting not one, but 2 panels that weekend, Willow. I'm going to be hosting the B-list heroes panel, where we talk about heroes that may not be as popular as some of the others, but we're going to give them the boost that they need, which is why it's called B-list boosters. And I may be interviewing one of the big names that's going to be in town that weekend. So you may want to stay tuned, because there's some juicy stuff coming up for Ryan the Quote. I'm just saying. So yeah, look it up. It's there. I'll put it out on my Facebook. You know, I'll do some marketing for stuff, because I know Kelly's probably going to get on me for that too. Why aren't you doing that? And I'm like, listen, Kelly, I'm doing it on my show. I just haven't done it on my own personal Facebook yet, but it's coming. And Willow just put links to it in the chat
cereal box.
Yeah. Very good.
So yeah, I got that coming up, Willow. That's kind of exciting, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's very exciting.
You know what? I have to relook at all this stuff. I know I signed up to do a couple panels as well, so I have to figure out what I'm doing. And
what your script is for that weekend.
I booked off the whole weekend so that I
oh really? You did?
I can make sure that I'm able to be around if I need to do any like background work and stuff like that.
Yeah, the one panel I'm doing, I know I can make it. It's the B-list boosters panel that I hope I can still host, because I'm technically doing an And I Quote that Saturday. So we will see where the chips fall. But listen, if anyone can do it, it's us. Because teamwork makes the dream work. That's a fact.
I have every faith in you.
I just hope that when I do this panel that weekend, that I have total serenity and not insanity later. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So, Carl, anything up in the next couple,
anything special you want to plug for the millions of people who are watching this right now?
Is the Rising Tide doing anything next week?
Or are you guys taking a few weeks off because of the holiday season?
A lot of them are taking off.
That's fair.
I mean, fair. I think BKM will still do a show and all.
Oh, no.
And yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
And
why
then,
is BKM doing a show? Why?
I don't know if he's going to do one on the holiday itself. We will still do our green room, of course, because people will need to have some time to vent.
Yeah.
And have our airing of grievances, and we would even try to be nice if Ryan wanted to stop by. Okay, no, we won't. Probably not.
Hello, my name is Morgan Freeman, but that one was a lie.
So, but yeah, we'll still do ours because
Donna says she'll do the Cryptic Crunch, and let's
see
here.
I think Dan
Michelle said, "Where do I sign up, Willow?"
Well, I will definitely talk to Johnny and see where we are at with that for sure.
And I think Dan Hollefeld also volunteered. So
Michelle wants to be a guest on my show. Michelle, no, you don't. You do not want to be a guest on And I Quote, because it's very heavy.
I've already signed up to be a guest, and so
Willow's going to be a future guest.
I want to be in the hot seat. I'm putting myself in the hot seat.
I will be ready with the screenshots on that.
Oh yeah, Willow's going to send me some stuff on the show, and Carl's going to be there to document it, and then he's going to post it on my Facebook.
And also Meredith and Nina want to interview me, so we'll see where that goes.
By the way, Michelle, just to be perfectly clear, Anthony Rapp was in the original and the only version of Adventures in Babysitting, not the most recent one that was on the Disney Channel, okay? We're talking about the 1987 Chris Columbus directed Elizabeth Shue starring vehicle known as Adventures in Babysitting, okay? Elizabeth Shue was drop dead gorgeous in 1987, which, by the way, was the year that Ryan the Quote was born. And I will say, Elizabeth Shue, I know you're watching this. You haven't aged a day, young lady. You haven't aged a day. So Elizabeth Shue, you're awesome, and it's always going to be that way. Yeah. Geez, so many people are thinking about the same thing. But yeah, Michelle, if you want to be a guest on my show, I mean, we can talk about it later, but I don't know if you can handle the quote. I don't know if you can, because Ryan the Quote and Ryan the Man are two very different people. No, they're not. They're one and the same. But I don't know if you can handle it, Michelle. I don't know. Listen, Michelle. Send me a message in the back channel on Clubhouse or DM me on Facebook and we'll talk. We'll figure it out. Michelle says, yes, the original Adventures in Babysitting is the best one ever. Yes, it is, because it's the only one that's ever been made. There were no remakes. There were no reboots. There were none. There are so many remakes and reboots. By the way, that's an airing of Grievences if I ever heard.
Yeah,
remakes and reboots that have come out in the last 10 years, Carl, most of them never happened.
They're just horrible. Yeah.
Anyone ever knew this? Jeez.
Yeah.
By the way,
stop
Willow,
making reboots of our favorite
By the way,
movies.
Willow, Jody McPhee says, if you all need me to be a guest on your programs, please give me a heads up, Willow. So if you want Jody McPhee to be a future guest on Willow's Pillow Talk, just give him a
absolutely.
call.
Absolutely.
And by the way, Jody McPhee is a fascinating guy. We had so much fun on the show this week.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, fascinating man. I didn't know he was a pro wrestling fan. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I never would have guessed. And by the way, Michelle says, I can handle anything you throw at me. Okay, well, listen.
Excellent.
Send me a DM on the back channels. Send me a DM about being a guest on the show. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. Yes, Carl, it's that expression that Michelle's having right now. Yeah. Turning around from her chair at school, being like, hey, boy, what are you doing over there? I don't know. All I know is that Ryan Gosling's very good at saying two simple words. Hey, girl. You ever get that, Willow? Has anyone ever sent you that meme of Ryan Gosling just looking you dead in the eyes and saying, hey, girl? You ever get that? Really? I'm surprised your husband doesn't.
I wasn't popular in school, guys.
I'm surprised your hubby doesn't send you that text that says, hey, girl. I'm surprised he doesn't do that.
Hey, girl, I ate your chocolate.
Yeah, I ate your chocolate, Willow. By the way, Willow, what's your favorite kind of chocolate bar? What's your favorite chocolate bar?
Oh, I like I love the O. Henry's.
The O. Henry. That's one of our top selling candy bars. It's got chocolate, nougat, it's delicious, scrumptious, outstanding.
And we have a chocolate bar that I don't think you guys have in the States. It's called,
What's it called again?
Coffee Crisp.
Does anyone have Coffee Crisp at the local grocery store here, Carl?
I've never seen that one.
Willow, I always thought O. Henry was a fantasy. I thought it was a fake candy bar that was made up for that episode of Seinfeld when they were suing the heiress to the O. Henry candy bar fortune, also known as Sue Ellen Mischke, The Brawless O. Henry Candy Bar Heiress, Sue Ellen, Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, true story. So if anyone knows where to find an O. Henry Candy Bar, let me know.
So yeah, if you guys get Coffee Crisp down in the States, I love them. Those are delicious.
I'll have to look those up.
We have to do a Google search for us, Carl.
Well, I'm thinking, if I go into the international aisle, maybe they'll have it.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. I was
Gotta
there
go
earlier tonight. The next time I go to Safeway, I'm going to have to look this up. Because I was at Target the night before.
Okay.
I know. I was everywhere this weekend. I was at Target. I was at the grocery store. I was doing, this. I was doing this show. I was doing a show before. We were doing Battle of the Nerds. We were doing Rogue One. I mean, I did so many shows this week, Willow.
He doesn't even have time for sports,
I know. I don't have time for sports, Willow, and I never will, by the way. I never will. By the way, Michelle says, I will send you a DM, Ryan. Wow.
It has been great to be here.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 3 hours probably.
It's definitely a show that needs to end. So,
way past our bedtime. so I'll do you a solid, Willow. Where can the good people find you, Carl, and everything you have coming up?
They can find my books on lulu.com. And I am a guest on a lot of different shows. So that's where you can find me most of the time. I don't do a public show myself right now. Although on Facebook, I do sometimes do Coffee with Carl, which is an early morning show where we discuss a particular topic. And I only do it when I have a topic to discuss. So it's whenever.
Interesting.
But friend me on Facebook if you're interested. If you want to be a part of the filthy, dirty,
the scruffy-looking nerve herder
humor group, then ask me about that once you friended me.
Once you friend Carl,
if you dare.
Yeah, once you friend Carl, you're never going to go back. Willow, I'm going to do you a solid. The good people, where can they find Ryan the Quote? I'll tell you where they can find Ryan the Quote. You can find me and everything we're doing here simply on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Yes, we are on TikTok, Willow. It's a real thing. Follow us on @It'sNerdCulture. New videos are being posted on our YouTube channel each and every week. I do a show called Night Quote on weeklies on Saturdays at noon Eastern time. We interview content creators of all shapes and sizes. We have friendly conversations. We promote their projects, because that's what Night Quote is all about. And occasionally we'll do some Battle of the Nerds where we do some trivia competitions between certain competitors here and there. And you may see some of your favorite internet personalities on the show, so you never know what's going to happen with that. Also, the Nerdcast, where I review the latest movies we've had a chance to see. That's going to start up again during the latter part of the holiday season, so stay tuned. Going to drop some new episodes on that, because people are dying to know, Ryan, what did you really think of RoboCop 3? Well, you're about to find out on on some of the newer episodes of the Nerdcast, so stay tuned for that. You can find it on Anchor, Google, Spotify, wherever you download your Hoochie Bopper podcast. You can find it there, and you can drop it like it's hot. Other than that, yeah, the Multiverse Fundraiser, January 21st to the 23rd. I'll be there for that, as well as a host of other people. So, bottom line is, for you watching at home and for the lovely people in the chat, and just like Thanos, I am inevitable. I'm coming. And by the way, for those of you who are watching this, 22 is going to be your year, because we believe in you. That's what we believe in.
The year of the tiger.
It is the year of the tiger. By the way, go Towson Tigers. What's up? I just graduated. What's up, y'all? And yeah, that's where you can find me. So Willow, do us all a favor. Take us out.
All right. So you can find me on all over social media.
That's a business card.
That's a bad looking picture.
Where's my business card, Willow? I wish I had a graphic like that.
So yes, host of Willow's Pillow Talk, co-host of Reels and Heels, Cryptid Crunch, and on occasion back of the cereal box After Dark. I am the Hanging with Web program director. Eventually I'll get back to doing my job.
Make the daily graphics, will you?
So scan that QR code if you guys can.
Ooh.
That brings you to my website.
That's a QR code.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm getting professional here.
Seriously,
guys.
I wish I had one of those. You know what we need? By the way, this is one of our New Year's resolutions, Nerd Culture. I know you guys are watching. We're making new business cards with QR codes on the back. That's what we're making. We're going to make new business cards. They're coming.
So in the new year, I hope to bring you more interviews and more in-depth conversations and lots of great guests. So on all my shows.
Good.
So you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining us on this
Happy
3-hour
holidays and Happy New
conversation.
Year.